All right, there we go.
If you need an audio engineer to move out to California to work for you, I can do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I work audio engineering.
Audio is my least favorite part about all of this, so yeah. uh, okay, yeah, but no. So yeah, we're on the air now, but yeah, the way so the setup of this will be us deciding our characters, our relationships, and kind of just getting a sense of who each of us are and what our relationships to each other are. When we set up scenes, you'll have that context. So you'll know that, hey, I want my character, like here again, my character here wants to get fat loot, right? So
No, that's the object. Is you have a
oh,
very
you have
fancy
fat
terrier.
loot. Yeah,
Yeah.
my character has fat loot. So and
Yeah.
they have a relationship with they're bad friends with this person to the side, right? So maybe like I want a scene where they're fighting over who gets to take the dog home tonight, right? And that could be the setup for the scene, and then it's just go, right? Like that's the scene. You set up a. We'll go around twice, the table twice, where each of us will get one scene to set up or decide, like, hey, I don't know what I want to set up, but I know I want a good resolution.
Yeah.
Right? So then everyone
like,
on the table will say, okay, we'll set you up so that, you're at the atrium here and your good friend are, having a wonderful time. Right? And play that scene as those characters now.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like super convoluted, but like you can already see on this board, these bottom two characters, they are thieves and they want to make it rich. Now one of the thieves has a friend who has the keys to a jeweler. So you'll have to have a scene recruiting that friend, possibly, yada yada. The other side, they want to get back at the Satanists one last time. I don't know what that means, but you can incorporate that into the main story.
Okay.
But like it's like there will be 10 scenes around. Or there'll be a total of 10 scenes in a round. They're not supposed to be super duper long.
Okay.
But they should build to the. I mean, in theory, will build to the main story. Yeah,
Okay.
build to the conclusion.
So they have to relate. And you said in theory they should relate to like an overarching kind of like plot or something or story.
That plot is being developed as we go, right?
Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
So what will happen after?
Interact with each other, right? That's how kind of it's happening.
Was that?
Because we're interacting with each other through these different scenes. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
got it.
And so here, like, it's find your character's motivation. Who are they? What do they want? What will they do to try to get it? And again, like we're thinking like a Coen Brothers movie, right? You're not good people. You want something, and you're willing to do things to get that thing you want, right?
Okay.
Setting the scene is like, yeah, where are we? Who's there? So like, it doesn't have to be just one-on-one. You can bring in other people if you need other people, and then play it out, right?
And then again, that's if you are establishing a scene, you get to call the shots of what's being established. However, if if you're resolving a scene, we the group get to decide what your scene is, and then you'll luckily get to choose how it ends. But that may not be the case, if with the establishing, because it may end poorly, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, you might be a terrible person and want it to end poorly. Okay.
Well, that leads to my next question. So,
Okay.
like, we have a set character that we're playing that their goals are like defined like already like beforehand.
Well, that's the thing. That's what the cards are for, and we have to do that in a minute.
Got it.
But
Okay, I think I get it. All right.
Yeah. The
So
key is.
I tried to.
Yep.
Sorry, I tried to get back into the Roll20 on Firefox, and I can't figure out how to get back into it.
Oh no.
I logged into Roll20.
Go to the Discord and copy the link and just copy and paste it into Firefox.
Okay.
That might be the easiest way. Yeah. If not, you're like when you log into Roll20, I think there should be a games in progress. I've creatively named this one Fiasco to separate it from your other fiascos.
What a fiasco.
Yeah. Okay. The first thing we have to do, yeah, there's only the three: Dragon Slayers, Poppleton Mall, or Tales from the Suburbs. So.
So we have to choose which of
We have
the
to choose
three.
one. Yeah.
Hey, Colin, are you okay with Dungeons and Dragons eating this?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, you think that'd be the easiest one to start with?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a spin-off, right?
Yeah.
Suburbia
I mean,
seems
it-
a little interesting too.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, it's up to you
I
guys.
do like
I have
it
no
because-
problem. I was just thinking, if if we're gonna stick to our wheelhouse, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
I
Yeah,
like
because
living in the
I don't
suburbs.
know how you all normally handle like splitting up loot, but that's like the part where I like the idea that you spend 3 hours just splitting up loot. But like that's the adventure.
Mostly, we get our loot laid out for us, and we don't remember what we got in previous sessions, and Lidro has to remind us like what loot he gave us.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, so they divide their loot with surgical precision, like literally
Yeah.
to the
we do it the
to
most boring
copper.
way. Yeah, we do it the boring way.
Is what the only thing is like one of the characters likes to steal all the good magical
course.
weapons.
I would hope so.
She
the
doesn't
one that
steal
should
it.
be
We
good.
willingly give it to her because no one else
Yeah.
cares. All right, are we going D&D? Are we going D&D?
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, let's try that and see what
All right,
happens.
Dragon Slayers. Okay.
So it's after we kill the dragon. Is that we're like?
You'll see. Well, let's pull the cards out and we'll go from there. And because it could be before.
All right.
You could also. I mean, your character might end up being a kobold, so who knows.
Okay.
I believe-
10 positive cards, 10 negative cards. Great.
Yeah. They're not out. They're not out yet, right?
Do it.
Nothing is currently out.
Okay. All players. Okay. Ran out of cards apparently. What the heck?
You gave me 10 cards and you gave yourself 5.
Awesome.
That's not what's
Okay,
what
let's.
Also, I got all the negative cards.
Good.
Is it working for you, Meg?
What?
Is it
I
working
thought
for you?
Firefox. What am I supposed? Am I supposed to do something?
No, I just was wondering if you were able to get it loaded the
Yeah, I
roll
see you
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah,
I
I
see
got
it
it up now. It's like Chrome and Discord together doesn't work, but sometimes I can get Firefox and Discord to work together.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. All right.
Why did it?
All
give me
right,
5 cards? I'm trying to give 2 cards to everybody.
Yeah.
Hold on. Recall.
I screwed up. Okay, I don't know how to undo this.
I got it. Recall all. Welcome to our Roll20 tutorial stream. We're learning how to roll 20.
So, like normally, like in a real life scenario, you would have like 2 decks on a deck. Like you have like 10 cards here, 10 positive cards, 10 negative cards. Do we then draw from those?
Yes.
And so you're dealing out 2. Is that what you're doing?
Basically, we're gonna go around the table.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, we're each gonna get. So the positive and negative cards actually are face down, so we can just keep those on the table. Those that actually.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like 2 decks. It's like a deck of 10 positive
Yep.
cards and a deck
of 10 negative cards, right? And then
Yeah.
on the other side, you'll have, or right now, I'm dealing out. How many of each of the set cards? So these the Dragon Slayer cards, I'm gonna give out 5 each right now, because I think that's
Oh
correct.
god, what have I done?
Oh God, what have you done? Ran out of cards again. Are there only
You
a-
gave 5 to each of us and 1 to Meg. All right.
Is that
how about
all
we
the
just,
cards?
That's 11 cards. Yeah.
There are.
That makes sense.
There are supposed to be 49 cards in that deck. So how did it stop? That's the part I don't understand.
Did you buy the DLC?
Yeah, I need the DLC.
I mean, we can also just hit
Player.
the draw button on our if you just put all the cards back, like we have draw buttons,
Yeah.
and I say draw.
I think the draw button is actually to draw, right? On the board.
Yeah.
No, it draw. No, if you draw, you can
Hover.
click to draw. Like I can click to draw 2 cards.
Okay, yeah, then everybody draw 5 cards.
Well, you've removed all the cards. I don't know what you've done
I've removed them from
Back.
what?
from the deck because I can now no longer draw 2 cards.
Hold on. Can I?
And out of cards in decks before drawing all cards. Yeah.
Deck? I don't see the deck you're talking about.
It's the icons on the right that you have.
Okay, yeah.
Those are like,
Yeah,
and if you hover and you can hit draw, and then I try to type a number. Well, we get different, but that's recall.
Yeah, recall
You
will
have
bring
to
it
draw
back.
one. Does that say draw as the first?
Yeah. So when you click like that, it just draws the card like that.
When you just click the top one there, it'll draw. Drag to deal. Hold on. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Like, are these supposed to? Does it matter if these are hidden or anything? I don't remember.
Not really.
No.
Not really. Each of us gets 5, basically. But I don't think it
5?
matters too much. Let me see how many. Basically, this is the pool. So what we're going to do to set up the game is we're going to go around, and one at a time we're going to put down like a relationship. I think first relationships we want to establish, and then needs objects will be set. Locations will be set up.
I'm just trying to find the relationship cards. All right, there we go.
Yeah, they're in there. Just keep pulling. Yeah, keep pulling those
How do I
cards.
get rid of this? How do I get rid of this card now? Being I took it. Now it's like on me, but I can't. I don't want it on me anymore. Oh, there it goes. Now it's on me. Now it's not on me. Like now we're just making a big pile of cards.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just this apparently is the best way to do this, and I hate it so much.
It is not.
Okay.
But like they're like again. Hold on. I'm gonna pull them all back in because I hate this.
But I got 4 of them. I just need one more.
Now I'm gonna wait till you get to one left,
have
and then I'll
any
pull
of
them all
those.
in.
I mean, all these are it's just a big pile of cards. None of these are yours.
No, I know. I'm just saying. That's it. These are all the cards that we have for some reason.
Hey, Nicho's hogging all the cards. It's the problem.
Oh, Lijo has all the cards.
So I can't. So these are all the cards that we're given for this statement. So then we would use which is a little weird because that means we have to use these relationship cards because there are 5 relationships. Yeah, and then we can choose from the other ones.
There are still more cards.
Well,
Are they hiding?
yeah, kinda.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm still drawing.
Well, the thing I wasn't able to draw.
That's why I'm
Fancy cards.
weirded out. Yeah.
All right, let's sort them. I'm putting all the locations on one side.
This is again one of those things that's so much easier in real life than it would be in a virtual.
Oh my god!
Dealing cards. I like whoever keeps dealing the cards. Awesome, because I'm just dragging them out. Is that the last card?
I think
War.
I think it's empty now. I think we got all 40.
War is the last card. Excellent.
Helping.
What a mess.
I guess.
I'm
We're
helping.
okay. All right. Okay, so are we just gonna? Well, I'm gonna put you down here. It's a mess.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many now, but I guess that's fine. No, so in the original game, what happens is, this is version 2 of the game with cards. In the original game, what happens is like they provide you a board, or they provide you a sheet with like 6 options, and you roll dice, and the dice determines, or like if you want an option, you burn like it's on a 5 die. You say, okay, we rolled a 5 at some point, so we use that 5 die in order to take that option, and then you're limited by that.
Okay.
In this case, like you're supposed to be limited by the card draw, whichever cards we happen to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip all these cards face down. Again, relationships on the left, needs in the middle, objects next to that, and then locations all the way on the right, right? So can I select all these cards?
Are we supposed to know that though?
It helps because we're gonna look for
No,
them.
I meant because I was just thinking like in that example setup, it looked like it was kind of random what you had.
That's true. Like so, definitely
well,
relationships. Go
The
ahead.
relationships I think are more or less random, and then you make your characters from that, and then you can put the needs, objects, location there. Unless I'm mistaken.
I'll have the rules. I don't know.
Me too.
Red on red. Painful.
That's
Painful.
good.
All right.
That's good.
Where is my flip button? Scroll over here.
What a fiasco.
What a fiasco. The fiasco was the user interface the whole time. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we should we ask Jack to pick 5 of those cards at random?
Yeah.
I can do that. So,
Of the far left stack or the far left clump, pick 5 cards at random.
okay. So 5 of the relationship cards I'm picking right now.
Yeah. Can he flip them or? Yeah, he can. Right
Yes,
click.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm on fire.
All right. Then, Wu, can you remove those other relationship cards?
Okay. Remove all the relation cards. Got it.
Mm-mm.
Oh God. You know what? Let's do this the safe way.
All right.
Just hit one at a time.
All right. Then, Colin, of the next group, can you flip 3 need cards?
How do I flip?
Right click. All right. Wu, if you can get rid of the rest.
Yeah.
Meg, can you flip 1 object and 1 location? Cool. I think that works for everybody.
Okay.
Then we'll get rid of everything else. Cool.
What do the white squares on the board mean? Do they mean anything?
Those
Those are our characters.
So everyone pick a spot, I guess. Can you draw or
Put my name on it?
and put your name on it? Yeah. So put in a character name on it. How do we actually establish a writing?
I don't know what my character is about yet, so I'll.
Yeah, I think you need the things first, right?
Yeah, I guess the relationships will help define that. So yeah, put your player name in there, or just so we know who you are or where you are. How did you type with words?
They're in the text box. Yeah.
Top left.
Top left.
Then yeah, you can hit text as one of the options.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. It's under the paintbrush. Colin's too big.
Well, I also couldn't. I was having trouble deleting the old ones. But...
Oh God, I'm gonna also have 2. Yeah.
I went with 72 font.
All right, that's a good number.
It's better with you.
There we go.
Okay. It's not. Or no, it's just gonna stay that big. Okay.
It's just it's the John Hancock problem. Yeah. It's just obnoxiously large.
I mean, quite the statement over there,
Yeah.
Mr. Hancock.
It's look at my name.
I don't know how to do this.
What are you
How
trying
do I
to
make these bigger?
do? The cards?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why are the cards so tiny?
I think
The-
There you go.
that's not what we. Oh, it refreshed itself. Okay, let me select all of them and then do that. That one too. Can I scale them all?
Game needs a little work on its accessibility.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of Tabletop Simulator in that it is bad.
I mean, you can also zoom in. You can also zoom in the thing.
Right. You can zoom in your screen also if you control scroll. If you're
Then all I
using
see
the
is
mouse.
Woo.
Yeah, no, look at my name. It's huge. Oh my God. And like pieces of the interface keep popping up randomly. It's very weird. My huge name is having a problem now in that I keep selecting it.
Oh shit. Fuck.
What's up?
We 2 of the needs are the same.
Oh,
Typical.
Let's grab another one. Then.
Who's in charge of doing that? I mean,
Hold on.
Can you just pull up the need cards?
Yep. All right. Well, I'll pull up the cards. Hold on. I'm not. Hold on. Why cards? You be like this. Oh, I can. Interesting. I'm just going to grab one randomly and see what it is. Did that work? It doesn't look like it worked. I want this card. How do I grab this card? I don't think that's working. Shoot.
Can we work with the same need twice?
I'm sure, but it's a little weird that
two people have the same exact needs.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. No.
Hold on.
But I mean, both of them want to be are needed for their necromantic experiments. It'd be like the movie Megamind. Like,
they're two different necromancers who are like competing.
Yeah.
They're both needed. Yeah. Only one of them is really needed, but we need both of them. I don't know. It all makes sense.
I put it in the wrong board. Hold on. It's fine.
Man, roll 20.
Roll 20. You're probably fine once you get to know it. But right now, I hate you. Let's see. Is that loading?
We probably could have played this on Tabletop Simulator much easier.
I don't know about much easier. I have a weird like loading icon in the middle of the screen. Is that everybody else too?
No, just you.
Cool. That's cool. I'll feel unique. All right. To overindulge is our new need.
All right. And then the random relationship card by Meg that I don't know where that came from.
Came from me. Just enjoy it.
Okay.
You can put it back.
All right.
All right. So, okay. So here we go.
All right. So let's go around. Each of us gets to place one relationship card. I guess we'll start with that. So the way you place it is you put them between two of the players, and that is their relationship. So, for example, if Jack and Colin are now family by me doing that, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right. So Jack and Colin are now siblings. Yeah. Okay.
Are we siblings? Sorry, I didn't actually look. Are we siblings or we're family?
Siblings.
Both.
Yeah.
I said siblings.
We're both siblings and family.
Yes, yeah. Both of those things. Actually, I changed my mind. It's Colin and May.
All right.
Oh, we are no longer those things.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've changed my mind.
Sorry, Jack.
All right.
All right.
We're no longer family. I'll find out what I really.
You'll find out in a second. Yeah.
Somebody's torn our family apart.
I've created you, and I can destroy you.
All right.
I'm gonna refresh my page real quick.
All right. So, who moved that one?
I did.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm putting this right here. I'm putting this war right here. You guys know which one you are. I don't know what to say.
All right. I guess I'll put this here.
Fighter and coward. Actually, we do have to say, and so the same with Sorcerer and Apprentice. We should establish which is which.
I want you to establish.
I would say.
I mean, but we as a group we can establish. So.
Well, based on the two cards Wu has, it would make more sense for him to be the fighter. Correct?
Each scar the other gave you. I don't know. Coward could be scarred. Well, no, he gave Leisho, but he gave Leisho a scar too.
Yeah, I'll take the fighter. I am the fighter, you coward, Jack.
Okay, then
Colin is a coward sorcerer.
Or coward apprentice. He could be your apprentice. Jack, are you okay playing the low totem here?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm the magical automaton who's got a scar from Wu. Okay, that's fine. I'm on board with this.
Okay.
So Meg is a some sort of creator. You know, like she makes magical. Yeah, you're an artificer. Yeah, of course. And you are Colin's, your Colin's brother or sister. Colin, who's a sorcerer.
I'm an apprentice.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm the apprentice of a coward sorcerer.
Are you like the competent sorcerer while he's the cowardly? Are you the competent apprentice while he's the cowardly?
Competent apprentice. You're like, yeah, keeps him alive.
You're like the Kif to Zach Brannigan.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jack, you are an accomplished sorcerer, but you're a bit of a coward.
Okay.
Who technically is in a war with Wu, who's an accomplished fighter. Who me and Wu have beat the shit out of each other before.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Simple enough. All right.
It doesn't say that the scars were necessarily physical, by the way.
Wow. It's deep.
All right.
Okay. I think Wu and I should have the overindulge need, if that's okay. We both just want to beat the shit out of each other in tavern brawls.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right.
And you're an automaton, so you're a drunkard automaton.
I just want to fight people in the tavern. I don't need to be drunk for that.
Okay, all right.
I guess I should fly because it's before they realize who you really work for. I don't know who works for somebody, right?
So, you have to use it in a combination. Who would it go with, Jack or Meg?
Sorry, me and Jack, right? Because I work for him.
Does Jack also want to leave? Like, I feel like this is like a...
Is that what it means? I thought it just meant to literally fly, like we like to fly.
No, it's like... I did. Well, I don't know. That's the other option.
Sure.
What is that?
I needed to fly.
See, I feel like this works better with Colin and Meg because they both are siblings. They're working for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you guys need to bail before. What do you guys think?
A much more literal definition of the word there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then,
We can play it either way, basically. To me, I mean, let's try to find a way to make it literal and figurative, right? Like,
this, crushing our enemy. This probably does make sense here. Necromantic experiments probably only make sense for us.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, it could also be me and Meg. We do necromantic experiments on the side, and I want to fly with my sorcerer pal. I'm just saying.
Both ways work, yeah.
Actually, so, is the object location okay, or do we need to switch them?
I can work with that. I can work with both.
Actually, you have a deity with a hidden compartment. So what does it mean where you have, like, is it Meg and...
So that object is important to those people in some way, or has some relation. Is.
And then with location, is it just for you two? Like you two are in a dungeon?
Not necessarily. So the way I'm thinking of it is that something happened in a dungeon upper level between the two of us.
Okay.
Like maybe you were at a venturing party or something. Who knows? Alternatively, you could go the other way around, and the deity statue is what you're fighting over. And then, it could be Meg's laboratory or something is in that upper level of the dungeon or something. I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I think this looks good.
Yeah, I can work with this.
All right. Last thing, Wu, can you increase the size of all the cards?
Yeah, sure.
Better, yeah.
And you can use them for necromantic experiments. See, I think crushing enemy. I think that should be with me and Meg because she's like making automatons.
Automaton.
And necromantic. Really, that way that works.
So I mean, you want to go this way then?
Yeah. No, I want to go this way.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Well, you went the opposite.
Well, so you dragged it at the same time that I was resizing it, so that it shrinky dinked on the way across. Oh my god, we're gonna have so many more cards on this table later too, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, so we've established our families. We should come up with names then, I think, at this point too.
Yeah. They have a names card on the side if you want to use any of that, but I've... Oh
my god, resize.
Yeah.
Names card?
Yeah, do you see it? If not, I can pull it up.
I see positive, negative, and dragon in the deck.
Here.
Where did you get to that menu?
It's in the gear, or no, actually, it's the newspaper.
The newspaper. I keep looking for the base.
Okay.
I just showed it to everybody also, but I keep looking for the base rules because I know the rule book is somewhere in there also, but I can't find it.
Asparagus.
I mean, the base, like, this has the very bare bones base rules.
Yeah, but I know there's one that had the book, or the book that comes in the box. What's in the box? The rules.
What's
The
in
rules.
the box?
The rules is in the box. I'm very annoyed by these token settings that keep popping up. I don't have any tokens on the board, you dummy. No toke. I don't even know what's causing that. It's just clicking somewhere? No? No? Okay.
Yeah, these names are something else.
And like you could just make up your name too. It's not. You don't have to make a name for the list. This is a game all about following the rules.
Oh, the other thing is, Meg and College should have the same last name, right? They're siblings. Whatever.
They could have professionally changed their names, right?
They could have, yeah. I guess
Maybe a sorcerer takes the name of their apprentice, or no, an apprentice takes the last name of their sorcerer, perhaps.
Also, or should Meg name me since I'm her automaton?
You can do that too.
That's fine. I'm on board.
You can name yourself. I don't want to stifle your creativity, Licho.
I'm just saying, you don't.
Alan? One of the names on this list is just Alan?
She gave you sentience for a reason, Lijo. You're supposed to pick your own name.
All right. I'll choose my own name. Also, I've somehow lost the name card.
Alright, I think I know what I want to be. I'm going to have to shrink down my font size. I hope nobody minds.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go? Oh, I hit enter, and that's not what I want. I guess I'll put my real name under it too. That's fine.
Alright, well, we're gonna choose something real dumb.
Real dumb is what we're aiming for, so. None of that fake dumb. The shy. All right. So it looks like we got Barry Brobot, who I assume is a Brobot. Rayan Spellweaver. All right, that's a good family name. Strong roots. Grimdar the Weak.
I haven't earned our last name yet.
You're still the Weak, yeah.
Just a week.
Yeah. Zadkiel the Shy. I assume that's an earned name.
The title.
Yeah. And I'm One Eye Olag.
How many eyes do you have?
It's just a name, but also one.
Okay.
The name came first. It's kind of
Somehow I feel like I'd like Olag One Eye more.
Olag One Eye. We'll flip it. Yeah. One Eye is a family name.
Yes.
One Eye
It's a
Olag
palindrome,
One
so-
Eye. Actually.
Turn it into a palindrome. Eno I1. It almost worked.
Eno
One Eye.
Olag
One Eye.
One
Eno.
Eye.
One Eye. Eno. Got it.
Actually, yeah, we'll do that.
Eno's pretty good.
One Eye Eno, yeah. Oh, I can't resist a palindrome. Does that mean everything I say has to be in palindrome now? God, no. I can't do it.
Okay.
Add a couple hours to the stream.
Hold on, I gotta think more.
A man, a plan, one eye, Eno.
Panama. All right. So what we do now, we've got everything set up. We know who we are. We know our relationships, and we even have names. So whoever wants to start can start our first scene. And again, you can either choose so basically, whoever has an idea right now should probably go first. I think that's the easiest way to do it.
How do the positive negative cards come into play again?
Okay, let's talk about that too. So what happens is, when it's your turn, when you're setting up a scene, you can I should say, you have the choice. Either you can set up a scene or choose the outcome of the scene for you. And what that means is that if you set up the scene, you'll play it. You say who you are or who's there, where you're at, or what's the general idea of the scene, and then you and that other character will play it out, right? Or outside characters, even possibly. During the scene, other players will hand you a card, either positive or negative, depending on what they think the outcome of this scene should be. So what I keep trying to look for is how many of those you get, and I think it's one for each of us.
I mean, it's 20 total cards, and there's 10 scenes,
Okay,
right?
so then there's exactly one, right? So our group will decide to give you one of those cards, positive or negative. All right, depending on either how the scene's going. Yeah, most likely just on how the scene's going. Like if you're in a conversation and you're clearly not getting what you want out of that conversation, once we realize that, like the party will then kind of grab a card. Don't flip it. Fine.
See,
Fine.
I'm okay.
And then like pass you a negative card, right? Say like that scene is going poorly for you. You get a negative outcome, right?
But that doesn't affect the scene. The actual effect happens later when the tilt happens.
Well, so it does affect the scene. What that's saying is that, okay, we've let you play for a bit to figure out how it feels, but now you know this scene ends with a negative outcome for you, right? So the scene's not over yet. Usually this will happen while you're still talking, while you're still having a scene. But now we know, like, oh, we need to end the scene in a way that ends badly for you, or at least you don't get what you want, right? It could happen that you figure out the end of that scene before we decide which outcome to give you, and then we'll just give you the right outcome depending on how it went. But basically, that's all you need to know for that point. So for the purpose of that scene, you know it was negative or positive. The way these affect the game is that at the midpoint of the game, once each of us has done 2 scenes, or started 2 scenes, we'll tally up all of our positive and negative cards, or it's the number on the other side, right?
I think it's the number.
Yeah. So when you flip the cards, each of these cards has a number, and you'll either have like +1, +5, or whatever. I think there's some pretty high numbers in here of red versus blue, and you'll subtract whichever is the higher one from the lower one. So like if you have more blue points than red points, you get positive blue points. We'll each do that ourselves, and then whoever has the highest red will select from any, and we'll flip all of these cards over, right? So they'll all be on the table. Whoever has the highest red will get to select one of these cards as a tilt, and whoever has the highest blue will select another card as the highest tilt. What these tilts are some sort of twist to the scenario, right? So here, and they're almost entirely elements of chaos, right? So here, magnificent self-destruction, right? So something happens that causes magnificent self-destruction. When we're going through our scenes in the second half, each of us will go through, I think, just one more time.
I think it's another. Is it 1 or 2?
Either way, like as we're going through the second half of scenes, somebody at any point can pull that tilt in as an element of their scene. Should incorporate this magnificent self-destruction as something that happens during those last half of scenes, right? Kind of adding more flavor, more chaos to what's happening, right? That's all that is. Like it's a simple thing. After the end of all these scenes again, or so during those scenes again, everybody gets positive or negative outcomes again, and then whoever has the highest score, or I should say, no, so same, like, you know, and then we do the same thing. You subtract your highest from your lowest. In addition, actually, so right before that, when we're resolving, anybody can at any point give one of their, after we finish the last scene, anybody can give one of their face down positive or negative cards to somebody else if they justify it, right? If you say, like, hey, I think this went actually really, really badly for you, so I'm giving you another negative card, right? It's like, or even something like, you actually got what you wanted out of like the whole scenario overall, so I'm going to give you this extra positive card, right? After that, we'll all flip our cards over once again, count up our totals, and then there's an aftermath deck, which I'll pull out. Whatever number you get will determine which card you get from the aftermath deck. So if you get like plus 12, you'll get the plus 12 blue. You'll get the plus 12 blue aftermath. And that lets you kind of set up one more scene to resolve how your player ends this fiasco, right? Generally, the more of a single color you get, the better off you are. So like if you get all reds, your character will end in a good way. If you get all blues, your character will end in a good way. If you get something in between, it won't be so great for you.
It's kind of middling, yeah.
No. So like, you know, like it could be things like death or things possibly worse than death, right?
I mean, it's D&D, so I guess that's, yeah, a lot worse than death.
There's nothing worse.
I'm gonna have to become a sorcerer. I'm gonna have to become a sorcerer.
The worst thing impossible, yeah.
I am a magical automaton. Death. It would be a welcome retrieve.
So
maybe you'll become a real boy.
No!
I have a question.
Yeah.
There's one location and one object card on the screen. Are those apply to all of us? Is there some relationship, since it's between me and you, Wu, between the location?
So the way I think I want to do it is that that location can be used by anybody, and same with the object, can be referenced by anybody. But it is related to our relationship, or is related to the two of us. Like something happened between the two of us in that upper level dungeon. That object is particularly important to Barry Brobot and Rayanne Spellweaver, right? But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist for everybody else. It still exists in some form.
Okay. Do other locations get added in later, or are we going to be like pretty much doing all of our scenes in this upper level dungeon?
We can make up whatever locations we want, right? So whenever you establish a scene, you could say, hey, like, and maybe like we could take this as the first scene. I guess I can start, right? Like it doesn't have to be this upper level dungeon. It could be in a tavern, right? So I'm gonna establish a scene between me, One-Eyed Eno, and Barry Brobot.
Yeah. Just based on these old rules, the players should relate to these and integrate them into the story as fundamentally as possible. But remember, you are not slaves to it. Mm-hmm. So the card should be relatively important to you, but obviously you don't need to focus everything on this dungeon upper level between you and Wu. The same thing with Meg and me. This statue with the hidden compartment should be something important to us, but it's not necessarily the absolute end all.
Okay.
Right. One of the things that's important too is like when I'm setting up a scene. So okay, I'm going to set up the scene between One-Eyed Eno and Barry Brobot. We're at the tavern. We have just killed the dragon. Right. So we're refreshing right after the end of. We just got home from this campaign, and I'm trying to. So I'm going to try to convince Barry Brobot that we have our differences, but that between the two of us, we can convince the rest of the party members that we deserve more of this loot, that we should get more reward than they did because we're the fighters.
Are we all in the same party together?
Yes, I think the 5 of us are in one party that defeated a dragon.
Okay. Your war with Zadkiel is not like a literal war.
I think it's just supposed to insinuate that there is a adversarial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like our relationship is related to the war, right? To a war, or like a warring kind of. We're fighting. We fight.
Fighting.
We're fighting boys.
There's been some involved.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how we're gonna work in this fly.
Oh, we're gonna.
You're gonna work it in.
Don't worry.
It'll work out just fine. Okay.
Wait,
so
is that need?
Yep.
Is that need between the two characters next to me, or just between me and Grimdar?
Just you and Grimdar.
That's us, man. We're gonna fly.
If you need to move it a little bit, you can. It's not a big issue. I guess I'll make.
I guess that's just a little
Yeah,
confusing
yeah.
to me. Then do Wu and I get a need assigned?
You just have the location.
No, you have a relationship and you have a location that are important to each other.
we may discover a need over time. Right.
I got it. Okay. Got it.
I mean, choose how you want to do it. Whereas it could be you may have betrayed him at the upper level of the dungeon, or I don't know.
Got it. I was just a little confused with the positioning of the cards and like how it interacted with the characters. Okay.
We need a bigger table.
I got it.
Yeah, honestly, that would be nice. Okay, I
Or
think
smaller
I'm.
cards.
I think I'm good. Colin, Meg, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, yeah. Again, Barry, come over here. Come on, let me buy you a drink.
I am an automaton. I don't need a drink.
Yeah, let me buy you one anyway. I know you don't have to drink it. I'll drink it for you.
Very well.
All right, sit down. So I got something I want to talk to you about. So you and I, we've had our differences. We've gone toe to toe every now and then, and always come out equals. But you and I, yeah. We both know we're the strong men here. We're the ones.
Affirmative.
Yeah. Like if we were to like, the two of us could arm wrestle on any table and anybody in this bar, and we would definitely be the winners, and the two of us would be equal, right?
If you say so, I think that lack of eye makes me the winner since our last fight.
Nah, well, you took that eye fair and square, I agree. But it doesn't change how strong I am. It doesn't change what I'm about to tell you now, is that the two of us, we should get more of this loot, right? Like, we're the ones that are strong.
Considering query, affirmative. We did do the most damage to the dragon.
Yeah, so we did more damage than that puny wizard over there, and whoever that spellcaster girl is. The two of us, we're the ones that we should push them out of this, right? When we talk to that town master, we're the ones that should push for at least, maybe even all of the loot, right? We should go for all of the loot. I don't think they deserve anything.
Interjection cannot go against creator. I am happy to betray Sorcerer and his apprentice, but my mistress, I cannot betray.
All right. I respect that. You have a code. We're warriors. We belong to the same cult of
What
honor.
kind of code? Is it C++? Is it Python code?
our code means that we have rules that we have to follow.
That's right.
Affirmative. I do like to punch.
You and me
What is
both,
Barry
brother.
Robot? How is Barry Robot scarred by Ryan? You know.
We haven't established it yet, right?
By the way, so when do they decide it's a positive or negative situation for you?
Anytime that they think that if what my want was either successful or not successful, gives me a positive or a negative card. Right.
Okay.
How do I flip the card? Drawn it.
I don't know.
That's
Like
right.
this. Oh, you think that was negative?
You don't get to steal my money.
well, but did I? So my thing is, did I convince Barry?
I thought I got to choose the outcome. I
Right.
get to choose the outcome.
But it
right?
should be based on the scene, right? Like, how did that scene
I see.
go? Yeah.
So your claim is that because you successfully convinced Barry, but then Barry also at the end like undercut you.
Yeah.
And
So I mean, that's the thing. It's up to the group to decide. But I would argue that I won that. But it's up to you guys. Yeah.
So, Jack and Meg, what do you think?
Yeah, do I hit draw? I'm clicking on positive.
No. So, well, you guys have to decide together. So,
it's like a group.
Colin doesn't think that this is a success.
Colin just doesn't want to
So-
steal his loot.
Yeah.
Is your want defined? Like, do we know what you want here? What you're trying to
I'm the
accomplish,
one-
or did you
I wanted in this scene to convince Barry to take more of the loot than the rest of the party. I want him on my side for taking more loot.
Yeah, I think it was primarily
That went
successful.
well.
Yeah.
I guess that went well.
I think it was a good attempt. I think that
Considering he's a robot.
Barry can't go against his programming, though.
Right. Yeah. Which I assume will come back later in some form.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
So I think I think the general consensus is that this is a positive interaction. So you get
Now, it's a positive. Are we saying positive between both characters or just Woo's character?
Just me.
Well,
Yeah.
Woo's the one who established it, so you guys have to give him a resolution.
He established it.
Alright.
I see. Okay.
So positive.
So you give him a yeah.
How do we know when to drop the positive or negative card? Is it just when we feel like you guys should stop talking now? Or does it keep going after that?
Either way, right? Like
See, that's why I thought it does. I think the hand in the card happens at the end of the scene.
it can happen in the middle
'cause
too.
Yeah.
Just because it can. So that's the thing. In a scene, like once you know, like even though you're still acting it out, right? Once you know that this is going well for them, you can hand them that positive card right there, and then they'll continue the scene knowing that it will have a positive outcome and can resolve the scene narratively in a more knowing that it's going to be positive, right? Same the other way around. Like if they know this is going badly, or it's still kind of in the middle. Like again, there's a negotiation during the scene.
Yeah.
Right. If it even if it's like this is going back and forth too much, it's like you know what? I think this is a negative. I'm going to give them that negative now. Right, and then they'll know like it does not go well for this character. So then they can play it that way based on the card that they got. Right. So
Okay.
just as kind of like a
But
rule,
that's the thing,
like
that, how would in the middle of your scene we decide as a group if it's going positive or negative? It seems like it's like one person would.
I
You
think
know
it's
what I'm
just easier in person. Is probably why it's hard.
I mean,
digitally.
if you really want, you could also. I mean, simplest thing would just be make eye contact with the other people and thumbs up, thumbs down, and then once
That's
you've
true,
got
too.
a vote, you just give the card.
Okay.
Does that seem fair? Unfortunately, we don't have the option of handing it out in person.
You're actively adjusting your scene based on what the other people are thinking about it.
Well, his thing is once you give Wu the card, positive or negative, he's got to end the scene the way you guys have decided because you have resolved it. So if you guys give him a positive card, then he can end the scene however he wants in a positive way. If you give him a negative card, obviously he's now got to decide how to end the scene in a not so positive way. Obviously,
How do you hand out the cards? I think I accidentally drew a card for myself.
yeah, it's on top of Meg's relationship or our relationship card right here. You know. Oh, you actually did that too.
I think I just dealt myself a positive card somehow.
Yeah, I see.
I was trying to give one to him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Woo,
steal
can you
it.
take them? Can you take them back? I guess.
I'm trying, yeah. So, okay, well, I guess I could draw. I think I could take all of them back.
Yeah.
How do I give you one? That's what I was trying to do.
If you drag it out to the table and just put it over my name, that works. That's probably the easiest way.
I feel like it automatically went to me for some reason.
Yeah, it went into your hand, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm
No.
letting it go. I clicked let it go, but it didn't. Nothing's happening.
Now, Lijo has a negative card in his hand.
I was just trying to get rid of it. I don't know how to.
Can you drag it out into the table?
I can try.
The final
what are
boss
you
is
doing?
user interface. So,
Yes. We shall overcome.
No, I don't know how to. I do.
oh,
There
you
you
got it. What did you do?
I just literally pulled it up.
Okay, yeah, gross.
So the positive card has something on it, like
Yes.
On the other side, there's a prompt.
There's a prompt
But
and,
we'll get
and a
to that
number
later.
value. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that until the midway point, and then
Okay.
we will worry about it. Okay, Lijo, set up a scene.
Well, so how do we end that scene? Like, just we never actually kind of finished it.
Oh, I guess. Okay, well, so you agree with me then? We're gonna try to get more of this loot. Rayanne
Very
accepted.
well. Acceptable.
Excellent. Let's drink on it, and One-Eyed Eno is gonna drink both drinks at the same time.
Glug glug.
Barry Brobot drink things.
No,
At the beginning, I'm like, I can't drink things.
I still bought two drinks for the two of us.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't have to start. But does anybody else want to do a scene right now?
I think it's better if we go in order so that we know the rotation.
Okay.
So I'm just going around the table.
Okay. So this
Do it
scene,
with the person next to you, or you pick a random.
you pick a random, but I think in the inherently, and so I could either the idea is either I can establish a scene, which is I can pick what I want, or I can ask to resolve a scene. So you guys would set up a scene for me. In this case, I think the simplest would be to establish a scene with Rayanne Spellweaver. I, Barry Brobot, am going to report One-Eyed Eno's treachery for the group.
You bastard!
Yeah. So as I go to, all right, yeah, that's fine. Mistress Eno plans to take more of the loot.
Of course he is, that little one-eyed bastard. He's always up for this. Well, all right, Brobot. One thing, I don't care about the gold. I don't care about any of the items, but I need all 13 of those orc eyes for our offering to Lord Slorslath. So keep his grubby little hands off of my orc eyes, and we won't have a problem.
I could always just pluck his other eye out.
Well, we need an orc eye for this, but let's not keep that one off the table. If it comes down to it, that's what we'll do next.
Very well. Should I warn the others, or do we wish to partake in this treachery?
As long I don't see any need to involve the others. As long as nobody puts a hand on my orc eyes, we're fine.
Acceptable. Shall I continue to do the dishwashing?
I'm picking up the speed a little bit, Barry. You're really slacking here. I see some spots on these plates.
Fine. Yeah, I got nothing else. So I guess it's just I don't really know what. This is just me informing on one-eyed. So I don't know what you'd want to give this as a positive or negative interaction.
What did Barry want? I guess is the question. You wanted to inform, but like, did you want a specific outcome for that? For Narcan?
I mean, my outcome is I mean, that's the problem with being an automaton, right? What I want the approval of my mistress. My mistress has given me kind of a sideways answer, so I don't know where I'm at.
Right, but it's your pleasure to serve, isn't it?
Yes, as an automaton.
You just
I
want
want her to know everything I'm doing.
Yeah. I would say
And
that's
I
positive.
yeah.
I would say that's positive. Then
You successfully alerted her to the treachery, but you were also not very efficient with your dishwashing. So,
Yeah.
and got called out on it. I think that's the thing that hurts
Yeah.
you more, right?
You could be doing better.
Yes, I would not be surprised if I would get a negative on this one, but that's up to you guys. So, overall, what do you guys think? Positive, negative? Decide it? Alright, I'll take the negative card that I accidentally grabbed. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, mistress. I will get to washing your laundry right after this. Okay.
That's agreeable, I guess.
So
Give me
mean.
my space while I finish my nightly prayer to my little statuette of Lord Floorslath.
Don't forget the fabric softener this time either.
Okay.
Okay. Meg, would you like to establish or like to resolve a scene?
Could do it. Does this have to like follow in chronological order? Can I
It does
like,
not.
skip ahead?
You could skip
Oh,
ahead.
there
You
you
could
are.
go backwards. You could do whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, so yeah, just obviously, Wu has set a scene, and I did the immediate subsequent scene, but you don't have to do such.
Okay. So I am gonna establish scene with Grimdar, my brother. And skipping ahead, Rayanne is irate that One-Eye Eno, despite her firm line in the sand that she drew about not absconding with any orc eyes, did indeed
Abscond with several orc
eyes. Alright, so I am going to, I guess, pull aside Grimdar. Grimdar, I'm not taking any of this anymore. I need these orc eyes for the ritual. I'm very upset with One-Eye Eno, and I think that you need to try and convince Zadkiel the Shy to, I guess, recover the boots that he wrongly allocated to himself.
Absolutely, sister. I totally agree. First of all, clearly you need them for all of your work. And One-Eye is he's hogging them. He shouldn't be doing that. And just between you and me, Zadkiel, I'm gonna push over. I think I can make it happen. We can definitely get this done. Do we need to crush him? Maybe. But at the very least, we need to get these so that you can make better automatons, because clearly the current one's not doing that great.
He's really been slacking off on me lately. But also Grimdar, if I could count on you to be strong and crush One-Eye yourself, that would be great.
Well,
you really got to pick up your apprenticing. Yourself.
I'm trying my, he's just not a great, sorcerer, like master type guy. And as much weight training as I do, I just can't shake this weak label everyone has for me, So I could, I'll see what I can do. But I think, honestly, I know that Zadkiel and One-Eye have like a, tense relationship. So I think I can make some magic, if you will, happen to get those eyes, and we'll go from there.
I think it's a positive.
That feels positive.
Yeah.
You got what you needed out of that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Take a positive card, Meg.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then end that scene, I guess.
All right,
and then how it ended positively. You're welcome. Yeah, we're gonna do it, babe. We're gonna do it. Come on, sis. We got this. We're gonna get all the
I'll
edits.
get 'em.
I also now think Grimdar is just muscly beyond compare, but everyone's been calling him the Wing.
Grimdar is swole, but
And, hold on.
It's like calling, a giant tiny, that sort of thing. All right.
Now it's more clear. No.
All right, Grimdar, would you like to establish or resolve?
I wanna. So when I say resolve, how does the resolve work? Like, I don't set up the
resolve means you get to. No, we would set it up for you, but you get the card immediately, so you know how it's going to end.
It doesn't have to happen immediately, but it could happen the same way that we as a group have decided how it ends. Like, as the scene plays and you realize, like, okay, this is going poorly or positively for me, right? And then you select at that point. I'm of the opinion that, like, resolving is just the cop-out if you don't have a scene in mind, or you're more interested in seeing what everyone else will do. I think early on, it's probably better to set up a scene, right? Because it helps establish you.
Yep. Okay, I'll set up with Zadkiel. It's gonna be a flashback. We're gonna be at I don't know, where do sorcerers do sorcering?
Sorcerer
At our
school?
sorcerer hole.
Sorcerer hole.
It's he's too Zadkiel is afraid of heights, so we do everything in holes. And we're gonna be practicing how to fly, and the goal is to learn how to fly. So that we can. This is in preparation for us attacking the dragon later.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. Master, I mean, our training is not going very well here. I still can't get anywhere off the ground. What am I doing wrong?
Well, first of all, I think part of the issue is you might just be too heavy from all the muscle mass that you have.
But everyone calls me weak. I can't have that much muscle.
Well, it's not that they're. I don't think that they're commenting on the weakness of your physical strength. It's just that your magical abilities they're quite lacking.
Oh, wow, that's kind of a burn.
I took you under my as my apprentice, but I'm still a little confused of why you were trying to pursue the magical arts with all the physical strength that you have.
I've always wanted to fly, Master. I've always wanted to fly, and like the best way to fight dragons is obviously in midair, and then I punch them. Like that is how one does it. That's how sorcerers always win in all their battles, hand-to-hand combat in midair.
And that is.
I thought you'd be the best. You'd be the best to teach me.
And that is part of the reason why I took you under my wing, Grimdar, because we shared this passion. We together.
I did notice that you had wings. I didn't even think about that. But that should make flying easier.
I flex my wings for the first time looking at them.
Can you describe your wings? Can you describe your wings?
I think that they have like a golden and white hue to them. A broad wingspan at full length, I would say, maybe 6 feet across.
Is this more vampire wings, more dragon wings, or more like something else?
I'm thinking feather type wings.
He's actually an Eric Cochran. We didn't even ask yet. He's a birdman.
Well, you see, of course, with my wings, I have the ability to fly. But our benefactor has tasked us with discovering the ability of flight without through magical means, of course. And so that is our current task right now.
Yeah.
And I know that we do have an issue. We might want to ask your sister, Rayanne. I know that she has that convenient mage tower that she uses. I mean, with my fear of heights, we stick to the ground.
You have wings and a fear of height, so perfect.
I don't like to fly too far off the ground. I like to stay below the tree line. More of a gliding, if you will, from short distances. It's safer that way, Yeah. But if we were to use your tower, I might be able to. We might be able to have a higher point to take off from.
I guess I'm worried that if we went up there and I tried to fly, I would just fall to my death. Being in this hole feels like a safer starting point.
I mean, of course, that will be a risk, of course.
Yeah.
But I know that you're willing to take that risk for our magical pursuits. Like, we have to do what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, things. Can I just fly like an inch off the ground first? Like, can we just start there? I just want to. I guess jumping is kind of like flying. I'll jump. That's okay.
Okay, Grimdar. I think that's a good place to start.
And
I think we've determined that this was a negative outcome. as you're just jumping in a hole with a bird man.
Lost sight of what your original goal was. I got caught up in what.
Yeah. How do I look at my card?
So we've discovered that. We've discovered that One-Eye Ino is an orc. We've discovered that Zadkiel the Shy is a birdman. Grimdar the Weak is very muscly, and the Weak is mostly an ironic name. All right, interesting. All right, Zadkiel, would you like to establish or resolve a scene?
If I establish a scene, does it just have to be a one-on-one scene? Can I invite other people into the scene as well? Like, can I have my apprentice? Let me just read it quick. An established scene means that you set up and go through a scene, and other players, it can be an individual or the group, decide if it goes well or poorly for the character. Poor is not a bad thing. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So you can do any.
You set up a scene, whatever you want. It could be 1,000 people.
Whatever. Yeah, honestly, it could be right after we. Yeah.
Is One-Eye a orc himself?
I think we have established that. Yes, he is also an orc.
I thought he had a bunch of orc eyes.
Yeah, because the orc stronghold, the dungeon up for a level, was full of orcs, so I figured that's where we collected.
Right.
And I had offered that I steal Eno's other eye, but then.
Well, yeah. Either way.
Okay.
You need orc guys, one way or another.
What does that mean? Is he like
one way or another, we're gonna get those orc guys, baby.
Is he a traitor to?
Sounds like there's a lot of discussion, so maybe I'll have you guys resolve this scene between us.
Okay. Well, then we have to set up a scene.
I think One-Eye is a traitor to orc kind then.
Sure, but he's a fighter. How do we? What if? When we were up on that upper level of the dungeon, Zadkiel shot like a fireball and hit everybody, or hit all the orcs, including One-Eye Ino.
Yeah.
And so, Ino was partially singed.
Yeah.
And then we just go from right there. This is a little bit of a flashback.
So we have an antagonistic relationship, is what you're saying.
You guys are, you guys hate it. You guys don't like each other.
Fighter and coward, right? Is that what it said? Fighter and coward.
Yeah, fighter and coward.
So what I'm thinking is, there, again, like a D&D encounter. You guys you guys are in this location. A bunch of orcs. Zadkiel runs to a distance and flings a fireball, as do sorcerers do, and he got all those orcs, including you.
Yeah.
And that makes you quite unhappy.
So what does Zadkiel want from this scene?
I don't know. If it was shady, he'd want some thanks for killing the orcs.
Zadkiel just doesn't want to be killed by these orcs. He's terrified of.
Yeah, no, I think he's like, he wants thanks for saving One-Eye Ino's life, despite the fact that he also burned him, and killed all of his brethren. I don't know.
So maybe it is like a D&D encounter. Like we're fighting these orcs together, and I cast Fireball, and I hit him in the process with it.
You were just trying to hit as many orcs as possible,
And you did.
which also happened. Yeah, you did, because you also, while not managing not to hit anybody else. So I would say this scene happens right after that encounter, that fight, with a partially singed or partially burned one-eyed Eno and you. Cool.
Okay. Sounds good.
Go for it.
Oh, are you all right? I saw that you were in the fray there. I didn't realize that you were one of the orcs that I had hit with my fireball spell.
So Eno is like covered in ash and still lying down kind of on the ground, but he gets up like real slowly and menacingly. It's like, sorcerer, did you do that fireball?
Well, of course I did the fireball. Did you see how many orcs there were? I don't like being in a room with that many individuals ever, let alone.
So
orcs,
Eno's gonna
orcs.
like punch him in the face.
And I'll fall back onto the floor. What are you doing?
Sorcerer, your cowardly ways have cost me too much already. You've hit me again, and it will be your last.
Does Eno have one or two eyes at this point?
Up to you.
Two.
Still two eyes.
Two. We set up the scene. It's two.
All right.
He's just Eno right now.
It's just Eno, yeah.
Sure, you're
So both eyes are glowing like red and dark, right? Like they're angry, staring at you on the ground, murderously.
I've cost you nothing. Your clothes are a bit singed, but you still have all your parts. You're all symmetrical still. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes.
It better remain so, or else I'm coming for you.
Are you trying to say if at any point you lose one of your parts, you'll blame it on me?
This brings up some questions that like you seem to know some mysteries here that are things that are about to happen, and I don't trust your kind.
Don't forget, we still have a task to complete here. There's a dragon to defeat, and our business is not finished.
This is why you still live, and this is why we're arguing quietly.
Good, because
We don't want to wake the dragon.
I wouldn't want to alert any other orcs if there's any others around.
What's your problem with orcs anyway, man? What the hell?
It's not orcs in particular, but it's just large crowds.
Every time you say orcs, it feels like a slur. I'm saying the words coming out of your mouth feel like you are insulting an entire people.
What would you like me to refer to them as? Is there a better term I could be using, please?
It's that's our word. You can't use our word. I'm just saying, you be careful. I'm watching you with both of these eyes right now. So you be very careful about how you operate and what you say.
I will take that into consideration, If we can just both calm down, we can get through this, all right?
He smolders at you.
Okay, so I guess you get to choose how that situation ended, Zadkiel, but I think most of us think it went quite poorly. But it's up to you. I guess.
At the end, you did get him to agree to calm down.
Yeah, you got what you wanted out of that scene. Just wasn't great.
I didn't get killed by orcs.
Yeah.
Excuse me, others like when I need to be very careful with my wording from here on out. Not sure how I can refer to them. So wait, what is my job now?
You get to decide if it was positive or negative. For you.
For
Zadkiel.
For your character, was that a positive or negative interaction?
It was very mixed. I think sure overall I wasn't killed by orcs, but I don't think that I gained. But I guess we already have like an antagonistic relationship, so I don't know. Maybe negative.
Okay, so then take a negative card. And I mean, honestly, I don't know if you really need to end that scene. I think you've ended that scene already.
He's just gonna stare at you the whole time as you just stammer
I'll
whatever
keep
you
the
say.
eyes wide open.
Both
Pick
eyes.
myself back up and flap my wings once or twice to clean myself off.
Yeah, you fly away, coward.
He
right.
flies 1 inch off the ground slowly.
As he hovers away. Okay, so I imagine we go to One Eye Eno now, and now he gets to resolve a scene we make up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Jack, make sure you take your negative.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
Oh, so we get to make up the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what's been going on the last 5 scenes. We know that One Eye Eno wants to get a bigger share of the loot, the horde or whatever that we got for getting for defeating the dragon. He's already recruited Barry Robot. What would he do next, or what should he do next?
Oh yeah, something else to note is that Barry's the one that took my eye.
Yes.
But that happens sometime between fighting these orcs and getting this loot. I guess that orc thing could have been a long time
Can we
ago.
set that scene up? Because I kind of wanted to set up the scene where while we're looting, Barry's had instructions.
We need orc eyes.
Oh, I can do that. Well, then that could be the scene I can resolve. That's fine. I have no problem with that being my established scene as we go back. But we do need to move the story a little forward, right? So what would Eno do now that he has Barry's approval? Would he?
I see what you're saying.
Is he trying? Where is the loot?
Good question. Where is the loot?
The Dragon
You guys were
Slayer?
in a tavern. You were in a tavern talking
Yep.
about it.
We mentioned the town master, right, is the one that gave us this quest. I assume maybe we just haven't collected from the town master yet.
Yeah, I figure we were all in that tavern. You guys were just off to the side, so maybe you.
Okay, so it might be like on a
Right.
table in the middle there still.
Out in-
Undivided.
Yeah.
Also, Meg, I think you have 2 positive cards right now.
They're 2 positive. Yeah. Well, that's no. Does she?
Yeah, 1 in
she
hand,
does.
and 1 on
Under my
table.
name, or
Yeah.
1 in your hand, 1 on the board.
how do you remove one?
I'll remove the one on the table. You can keep the one in your hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? One Eye Eno is after drinks is heading to the loot table and encounters Grimdar the Weak counting up coin.
Right.
And Grimdar is preparing to do the usual 5-way split, but Eno is going to try to stop that.
Yes, as the apprentice, I'm generally tasked with
The
menial
administrative
labor.
tasks, yeah.
Yeah. So Grimdar the Weak is currently counting and doing 5 sets of 5 piles of loot, and Eno's coming in onto that scene. Seem okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, what's Eno want to do? What's
Yeah, I guess yeah. Well, I mean, Eno wants a bigger share. Eno and Barry, and technically Rayanne also demand the lion's share of the loot.
So he's gonna try and get
He's going to convince you, who's doing all the administrative work, that this is the case. Is that okay? I don't know.
Yeah, we can work with this.
Okay.
Yeah. Counting. I take a mug and I put it on one side, but it breaks because I'm so strong. When I put it down, I take another jar, put it over here, it breaks. But the gold doesn't break.
Right, gold doesn't break. So
Counting.
week 1. Look at me for a minute.
In which eye?
He smolders angrily out of this empty socket. The empty socket stares at you.
The joke, you dumb orc, because you only have one eye. Get it? Ding. Zing.
Weakling, I need you to know something. Do not touch my gold.
Well, this is the group's gold, Mr. Eno. I am tasked with separating it into 5 shares. Equally. Including for a robot for some reason, but that is... My sister told me to do that, and I listened to her. She's pretty smart.
This seems unfair, does it not? A robot should not enjoy the spoils of our victory.
Listen, I agree with that. That's a pretty good point. But again, my sister, pretty tough. I don't mess with that. She tells me to make a pile for the robot that she made out of dead humans. I'm going to do it, all right? Otherwise, I could be the next robot, you know?
Well, how about this? No one else counts this gold. In none of our party adventures have anyone ever counted our gold. We've always trusted your piles. Would anyone?
I am the pile maker. That's my other nickname.
Yeah, weak pile maker. Yes. No one would notice if, say, a robot's pile was a little bit shorter than everyone else's.
Robot would. He's got robot's intelligence. He can like count right away.
But he would.
Where's my gold?
If we told him that it was his master's, his mistress's order, he would not question that, would he?
Oh, sure. But you're telling me to go behind the back of my sister, screw over the robot. Don't get me wrong. I don't give a fuck about the robot, but she's going to beat me up probably. And
not
then
if
I have to deal with my
Not if she
guy
never finds out.
I mean, you're going to have me betray my own family, One Eye?
Weakling.
I don't know what they do in the orc communities, but us spellweavers, we don't do that generally.
Weakling, I know that you are not physically weak. I know that your weakness lies in a moral failing. And I know that betrayal is your second nature. Wouldn't you like to take something from your sister now?
I mean, I would take something from my sorcerer boss who can't teach me how to fly very well.
And you would gladly take from the robot as well. We've established this.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't really care if he doesn't have anything because he's a jerk made of dead humans. But yeah, like don't make me betray my sister.
Made of bros.
She'll beat me up. I am. Consciously, not consciously. I'm mentally weak against her olderness.
But your mental weakness can be overcome by your physical strength.
Yeah, but I can't beat up my sister. Pretty mean. Listen. Yeah, I don't know what the orc lifestyle is. If you want some of that robot share, you better just take it for that robot himself. He won't notice, as you said. So just, when we split things up, you can take it from him. I won't care. I'll get my percent. You'll get your percent. You'll get his percent. It'll be fine.
Well, what if this were to happen? So Eno's going to go to the pile and take a little bit of gold from the robot's pile and slip it over to his.
Well, then I would take the gold and slip it back. In the process, I break another jar. Stop moving my piles. These are my piles.
Do not touch my gold, weakling. He drags another. He puts the gold back into his pile.
I put my hand on top of his hand. Am I stronger than this orc? I mean, apparently I'm pretty strong.
Perhaps we should
move my piles. Push the gold back. Right, try to push the gold back away.
He's trying to hold firm as well. So we're both hands on this gold on the table,
right.
Like just trying to push back and forth.
So let's see, my strength is going to be like 10d20, I think. Roll 10d.
Is there rolling?
Oh, there is not.
There's not. I just thought about that. I got a 99. All right, I'm really strong.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I'll roll off. 132.
32! Oh my god! And you got a 20 in there too. Oh boy. So I guess 99 is not actually very good on a d20 on 10 rolls. Stop taking. I will tell the others. My sorcerer master will not be happy. Turn away your other eye. Plus, didn't the robot steal your eye already? What's I mean, you really want to cross him again? Come on.
It was a jocular misunderstanding.
Jocular.
I guess I want to know his side of the story. And then we'll fade into the next scene. How'd that scene go for you, Will?
I don't think that went well.
Well, I guess I mean,
you took the gold, didn't you?
you did move some of the gold.
I did, yeah. But like in the most brute force possible way, right?
You're a fighter. You're a fighter.
Yeah.
What else other way would you do it?
Yeah. I was thinking that
you're an orc fighter.
I was thinking of like other clever ways to do this, but I'm like, no, this is the way he would do it. He just goes straight and push the pile over. No. Yeah, I mean, did I actually get any extra gold? Maybe in the strength off there, like as we're both just kind of struggling, a little bit of extra gold fell into my pile, right? And
I think in the scene you were uncontested in accumulating more gold for yourself out of the pile. He wasn't able to stop you.
Effectively. I mean, I moved it back, and then he just moved it back again.
okay, no. Then I'll take a positive. I feel like it's a positive with a lot of caveats, but
That's how they've all been.
Okay. So
Okay.
the berry.
Barry Brobot, how do you want to do it?
Oh, I think you're
Oh,
muted.
you're muted. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, wait.
Well, we have to establish a scene for me. I mean, obviously, there's a scene where I take one Aino's eye. There's a scene where I collect. I mean, there's a scene where I need to collect a bunch of orc eyes. But there are other options too. So you tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say back in the dungeon, upper level, after the orc stronghold, I instruct Barry Brobot to gather as many orc eyes as possible while we loot clear dungeon.
And does it just like that order just like overtake him and he sees another orc?
This is an order.
that derivative is the directive is just so overpowering he can't stop himself.
Prime directive, assuming eyes. Alternatively, I mean, yeah, that's one option. Otherwise, I would like to at some point get to our need of getting into tavern brawls, but we haven't done that.
We could do a follow up to this scene. Like you see Eno and Grimdar fighting over the table right now, right? And
Okay, yeah, we can do that
and
too.
you see this as Grimdar's breaking things on the table left and right? Maybe one of them slightly bothers another patron at the bar, and they're ready to go, right? Ready to throw down.
But then, who is the other character? Or I need at least one other person in the scene, right?
So I guess it's me and.
We're all there, right? We're all in the tavern. I guess the question is, what do you want, right? Do you want to win this brawl?
So, all right, and in this tavern. So, I, Barry Brobot, enjoy tavern brawls because it is the only semblance of free will I have. So, when everybody starts fighting, this is like ecstasy for me. So
like
I am going to fling somebody at. I'm going to accidentally fling somebody at Zadkiel the Shy in my wanton violence.
Okay.
Is that like completely unrelated to me and Woo's stuff?
Right. It's just happening at the same time.
I imagine it's like Fight Club, and it's like in your daily, like monotonous tasks that are assigned to you, like you have no feeling whatsoever. The only thing that makes you feel alive is like physical combat. Like
It's the one thing that breaks, basically, yeah, like it gives you free will. It breaks your spell. Like it's the one thing that overrides is your Brobot's first rule is get in a fight, win the fight.
All right, so
All right, what do you want to have happen there? You just want to have a fight?
I just want to. Well, so. All right. If this is okay, I see. One-Eye Eno and Grimdar getting quite contentious, so I want to cause some chaos. So I want to throw somebody at them. The somebody happens to be our sorcerer, Zadkiel. And I'm just doing it. My personal goal is I just want to start a fight.
Okay. You have now set up your own scene.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem.
So we're gonna resolve for you. We're gonna resolve for you, but it's fine. Yeah.
All right. So I guess that's the thing is I've set up again. Okay.
So, as characters, hold on real quick. Do we have any motivation to help him succeed or fail, like from based on what our actions are, like in the scene, like? Because if his goal is to start a fight, he could do that immediately if he wanted to.
Yeah. I guess
You
it's
could hold him back.
right. We could
You could
prevent
use
him
your
from having.
sorcery powers to prevent him from fighting people.
Okay, that's true.
Or Rayanne could order him.
Yeah, he just switches off button.
From the game perspective, though, like, do I want him to accumulate points? Or should I try to help him succeed, or should I try to?
I don't think the points are really good or bad.
Right.
There's no winning, right? It's just like
It's just
So
how
I just
it
do
turns
whatever-
out. Yeah.
I would do whatever Zadkiel would do, probably.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I feel bad because of this. You're supposed to do one establish, one resolve. So I already did an establish. So
It doesn't
what is,
matter. That doesn't matter to me. That doesn't.
I don't think that
matter.
actually matters. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do
I mean,
whatever
I like
you
the
want.
variation of it, but I don't think it actually
Yeah.
matters if you.
If you have a scene in mind, you should establish. Like that's always the rule.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Come, sorcerer. I need your. And I fling Zadkiel in the general direction of Eno and Grimdar. I swing, therefore I am.
He just ruined all of my piles.
The table flips over. Gold flies everywhere. A bag full of orc eyes is on the ground. One of them is Eno's eye.
What is your robot doing?
Oh no, orc guys must acquire.
Eno is going to start like pocketing the gold, as much of it as he can.
What in the blazes are you doing, robot?
There is no free will outside of the fight. Join me, sorcerer.
Rayanne looks over as Eno is pocketing the gold and sees that he's accidentally pocketed another orc eye. She's furious.
That
Oh,
seems
God.
awfully out of character for me, robot. Isn't there any way we can resolve this peacefully?
I need more orc eyes, or my mistress will be mad at me. Eno!
Robots!
And then we just go swinging at each other.
Just fighting all around the bar. We're hopping up on tables and chairs. We're using other patrons of the bar as weapons, so like we grab people by the legs and swinging them at each other.
Mister, you need to keep your robot under control here.
Zadkiel flaps away at floor level to the safe corner of the room.
Give me that orc eye back.
I only have the one! You took the other one!
Oh, right. What happened? Where's the bag of orc eyes?
I think it spilled open. I've maybe grabbed a couple in my pocketing of gold, but there's a bag of orc eyes just spilled all over the floor.
No, please hold. Acquiring.
It's like I've got like the barkeeper in one arm, like ready to swing at you, but just waiting for you to make a move.
I'm just putting eyes in a bag.
Yeah.
All the patrons
Task
of the bar
complete.
start to relax.
Yeah, I put him down, pat him on the head.
I don't know where this scene is going.
Did that go positively or negatively for Brobot?
If his goal was to start a fight, and then yes, I think that it was positive.
His goal was to cause a distraction, that's for sure. But it got real question.
Yeah.
So-
positive sounds fine to me. You did you were able to experience that tiny little iota of free will for just a little bit before you had to go back to collecting orc eyes.
Sadly, that's my life. All right. Returning to stationary mode, and you just kind of watch as he kind of shuts down a little bit. Sadly.
Aww.
All right, Meg. Do you have a scene in mind, or do we establish something for you?
I guess we resolve one.
Okay. What she needs the eyes.
Are we going to work this deity in at some point?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she needs orc eyes for her necromantic spell for her orc god, right? Or whatever the god is. Some sort of.
Lord Slorthslath.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't remember Lord Slorthslath.
Did the statue of the deity break during the fight?
Ooh.
And like now, and like, you know, it's Barry Brobot broke it. That's you know, master and subject there.
Okay. All right. So.
I don't know what you want to have happen. You want Barry Brobot to apologize,
but to mean it. You want him to mean it. You can't just order him to apologize because you know he won't mean it.
Okay.
Right.
He's a robot.
Yeah, because he's a robot.
Does it mean anything that he does?
This raises some serious philosophical questions.
All right, so I guess in the aftermath of the fight, oh no, my statuette of Lord Slorthslath with my secret. I mean, there's my statuette of Lord Slorthslath here is chipped. Barry, what were you doing? What were you thinking? I need you to apologize right now.
Apologies, mistress. I was attempting to distract your brother.
There's in his voice. Grimdar, please stand behind Barry and give me the apology from behind Barry. So, you know, with some emotion, with some feeling. I need to really feel I'm sorry.
Hold on, are you asking Grimdar or asking Barry?
I'm asking Grimdar to mimic.
Weekend of robots, yeah.
For me, please.
Am I still just like lift up his arms?
I am so sorry, mistress. I weep at the sight of destruction. Fighting is all that gives me joy. Sorry for destroying your deity statue.
I need more flattery in there too. You know, really make
I kneel and I say, deepest apologies, mistress. I am not nearly as wise or intelligent or as beautiful as you are. My clumsiness has caused this tragic mistake. Please forgive me, or if you can, slay the one eye.
Well, I don't think that's necessary for now. But again, we'll keep that on the table for a later date if it comes to that.
Very well.
Right.
Okay. I then pat Brobot on the shoulder and just give him another copy of the statue. There's dozens of these statues, but don't worry about it. She's just being dramatic. does this all the time.
Like came from the gift shop. Yeah.
The second her eyes are away, or the second she takes her eyes off the statue, I try to do a sleight of hand.
And I assume when a robot does a sleight of hand, it just breaks whatever you're doing.
Alright, so I see this happening. Look, no, I need this chipped one. There's something special about this one, okay? It has a secret compartment.
Very well.
Oh. That's unusual.
Please don't touch my things. Okay.
Sorry. We'll go back to doing your laundry.
You're doing the laundry at the bar.
I'm in good health anyway.
I bring all of her clothes with me at all times. Like my torso is a washing machine.
Well, my robes are very, very precise. You know, the silk, they need, constant care and maintenance. So, yeah. All right, I guess Ancine.
Yeah.
I don't think that went well for me. I personally am upset.
Yeah.
He did apologize a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He did apologize.
Do you think Rayanne feels good about that apology? Did she get the... Because, you've got... I feel like, I'm not sure if it's positive or negative, but you're getting everything you want. You basically have two, servants here. Both your brother and this robot are willing to do anything you ask, right? But they're also kind of incompetent at it.
Yeah, they did kind of abuse me.
Yeah.
Managed me a little bit there. All right, so I guess I'll drop a positive.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Grimdar, what do you want?
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'll resolve.
Okay.
To fly before they find who you really work for. Should there be a scene of him usurping Zadkiel?
Usurping? He's a loyal servant.
Why would I usurp him? I do want to know about who we work for, I guess.
I think
That's up to you.
part of it could be Zadkiel's been promising you that he's going to teach you how to fly for a long time now, right? But you're starting to figure out that he doesn't Zadkiel doesn't, one, he's afraid of heights. Two, right. He has wings, so he can fly whenever he wants. He has no need for a fly potion, right? He has no need to create a spell that will let him fly. So you're starting to put these two things together. Maybe Zadkiel's not gonna help me out. Maybe he's not the answer here.
Why? I just want to know why. Why do I want to fly? Other than the awesomeness of flight.
I was thinking that we were legitimately working on to figure out the spell of how to teach him to fly, but we were struggling with it. We didn't have the right components. Maybe there's something holding us up maybe the last step. Maybe we need something to unlock this ability in Grimdar.
Also, there's the other ways you could go the other direction. Is with Meg or with Rayanne, you may want to need something for the experiments you and your sister are working on.
That's what the York guys are for, right?
Yeah.
The bigger mystery to me is who are we really working for?
That's what I'm saying. I wonder who I'm working for.
Are you now it makes it sound like you're going to betray your sister at some point. Maybe
it's a competing god, like a rival god to Slardar or whatever. Slorslot, of course. Excuse me. Maybe
Zadkiel also needs the orc eyes.
The Supreme Lord.
Maybe you need the orc eyes to fly. Also, Zadkiel tells you need those eyes in order to get that fly spell.
But then why did he burn all of those orcs?
To get their eyes. That's where the eyes came from. Yeah. He burned all those orcs and took their eyes.
It's good. It's a little conflict.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
give me a scene. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on with all those ideas that are all combined.
Who has all the? So I guess.
Well, where we left off.
Grimdar.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I would say this scene is Grimdar goes to Rayan and tries to negotiate the orc eyes.
Okay.
Or at least
Yeah.
what he wants is at least some of the orc eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't need all of it for the flight potion. He just needs some.
Gotcha.
Seem fair?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Sister, we have gotten so many orc eyes now. We will be able to crush our enemies with them. I have full confidence you can use them in all of your experiments. Could I have some though? You know how long I want to fly. It's like been a dream of mine. It's a whole thing. I've been working with my buddy Zagkiel. He says I need some orc eyes to get that done. I mean, can you give some of those up to me? I might need a lot. Don't know.
That will not be possible.
Come on, sis. Come on.
All of these are.
I'm your weak little brother.
You know that
But we can always get more.
orc eyes as his offering, and I derive my power from the energy he bestows upon me. So I will not sacrifice any one of these eyes for your silly little.
We're family. We're family. Help me fly. I just wanna spread my wings.
Look, I can help you fly. I just push him towards the edge of the tower. You want to fly, little brother?
No!
You want?
No! I haven't actually learned. I already had this whole scary story with my sorcerer master. I'm gonna fall to my death. I can't fly like this yet.
Robot,
Oh, no.
go stand at the bottom of the tower with your arms out, ready to catch him in case he doesn't make it.
Affirmative. Heading downstairs.
See, you'll be fine. You just need to take the first step.
Listen. Everything I've learned about magic is that this is not going to go well. I can fly like an inch off the ground if I jump into the air, but I only fly for like a half a second and then I touch the ground again.
Grimdar, this is why they call you Grimdar the Weak, because you aren't willing to do what it takes. And what it takes is to make the leap.
I don't. Listen,
I'm in position.
You are my big sister, and I will do what you tell me to do. But this is a really bad idea, and I don't think it's gonna go well. But if you just gave me the orc eyes, how about you give me like one orc eye,
No.
and then I don't.
Eyes, okay? I need them, all of them. They are my precious orc eyes that I use to derive my power from. I will.
So I'm gonna jump, and this scene is continuing. It's not resolved yet. All right, sister. I will trust you. So I will fly, and the Barry Brobot will help in this endeavor. So yeah, so I jump off the tower into Barry Brobot's arms. Hopefully, I don't know how tall this tower is.
Calibrating.
I assume I
This is
fall.
gonna end like Dirty Dancing, isn't it?
I had the time of my life. Grimdar, what is love?
Barry Brobot, do you still have orc eyes on your robot body?
Do I? I mean,
Oh no,
would I have given them all?
You might not have them. This is I don't even know where we are. This must be a flashback. Or a flash forward, or a sideways. I don't know.
Flash sideways.
We're at the tower.
I imagine this is technically a flashback
It's
because
a flashback.
I think the most recent set of events was the fight in the bar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
present.
So, but
Yeah.
I feel maybe this is before. All right. Well, then I'll pause it on the jump. All right. So I'm jumping.
Yeah.
Who gets to, who? Am I the outcome? I get to control
You're the
the outcome. Whether
outcome.
it went well, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So But my goal was to get orc eyes, not actually to fly. I guess I failed on that. I was going to say, like, I could choose whether or not I want to fly successfully here, but that's not really up to me. Yeah, I'm just going to have the scene end, like, freeze frame of me, like, jumping off. And it's a flashback, so it might have gone, who knows?
You survived. For sure you survived.
I survived.
Yeah.
Whether this happened like a year ago and you've had a year of physical therapy since then, or like a week ago and you were just perfectly fine, we're not entirely sure.
Maybe you flew.
Maybe flew.
Maybe Barry caught you. Who knows?
You did not get
Or
orc
maybe
eyes,
you just
but-
froze in space and goes, "Don't you?"
That's true. I mean, maybe
Forget about me.
like Zadkiel may have he may have cast some spell that froze me in midair, so I didn't die. Maybe Barry Brobot saved me. Maybe my sister, wasn't so mean to me and like caught me. I don't know. But I did fail at getting orc eyes. So.
Okay. Take the negative.
All right. Zadkill, finish the round. Whoa.
Oh no.
So you resolve. So you get to establish the senior if you'd like.
I kind of have like a fragment of an idea in mind, but like I don't.
Yeah. Play with it. We can tease it out. Yeah.
Yeah. What is your? How are you gonna establish the scene? What do you need? What do you?
So I want to speak to Barry Brobot. I have reason. I'm curious about the magical means by which he was brought into this world as an automaton. I would imagine I sent my apprentice out to acquire orc eyes to try to help him become stronger by standing up to his sister. I don't think that I think that Zadkiel knows that the orc eyes have served no purpose in the spell to get him to fly. Like
his weakness is not his ability. Yeah, it has nothing to do with flying. It's just to get him stronger, morally stronger.
But I think that the secret to flight lies somewhere possibly in the magical means by which life was bestowed on Barry Brobot in some way. But I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we could do this in the past at some point, because like maybe like this is you're kind of establishing whether or not. Well, you're trying to figure out the loyalties of Grimdar, right? Like you're trying to break Grimdar's loyalty to his sister to have him more loyal to you.
Right. I'm realizing that he'll always feel weak like this if he isn't able to stand up to his sister.
Yeah.
But also, I think that he's very curious in the magic that is involved with creating this automaton, and I think that maybe there's something there that might be the key to unlocking flight as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
so
it has something to do with the secret compartment in the deity statue. Maybe. So personally, I think with what is Meg's character's name?
Rayanne.
I think that since she is dealing with necromantic experiments, like I feel like there's like an Elric like situation going on here with Barry Brobot. Like maybe a soul of another creature was imprinted into this machine. Like, and maybe he's not aware of it. Maybe the secret is contained. Maybe his body is contained in the secret compartment of this the deity. Maybe
it's the soul of their other brother. He's a Brobot.
Right. I'm going to try to convince him to look into the secret compartment for himself to see what he finds there.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll set this. After the dragon is dead and we're still at the tavern,
yes.
Right? Before the fight breaks out.
I fought with everybody, so I know, and I've gotten to see Barry at work, and maybe just off to the side, I'll be able to speak with him personally, in private. Okay, so maybe she like ordered him outside of the tavern or something, and I follow.
Doing the laundry.
Doing the laundry.
Yeah. Maybe
Hanging
he
him
needed
up on
to
a
acquire
line.
more water.
Right.
So I'll find him at like a dirty like like barrel of water, like washing the clothes or like putting the water inside of his like abdomen or something where he washes the clothes.
He's just a washing machine. He's a robot.
His body is just a wash.
I'm a washing machine that also punches.
Excuse me, Barry Brobot, is that correct?
You know as well as I. That is my name.
You fought valiantly against the dragon. When we slew him, I find your abilities to be very formidable.
Thank you. I do as my mistress commands.
I see that. Barry, I'm curious. I see a fighting spirit in you. A spirit that wants to break free from these bonds that have been bestowed upon you. I can tell that there's something inside of you that is aching to break out of this servitude that you have been placed upon you. Do you sense it in yourself?
I cannot discuss such trivial matters without my mistress available.
I understand. I understand. This is just a conversation between allies right now. Just you and I. I wouldn't dare of approaching Rayanne with this information. So this is just between the two of us. But I have a hunch that there may be a secret to your release, Barry. I think that you are capable of so much more. I think that you can achieve what you seek. And I think that the secret is held inside of the compartment of the statue that your lady worships.
Who told you that?
Oh, I'm a very, as you know, as you've seen in combat, I'm a very powerful sorcerer. I have my ways. I'm aware of the deity that your mistress worships. And I sense something magical in the statue. Aren't you curious yourself, Barry?
Yes, I am curious. What does this existence hold for me? Who was I before the mistress created me?
The washing machine kicks a bit. Yeah.
Barry,
Must I do anything other than wash clothing and punch?
you are capable of so much more. There's so many people to punch in your future. Not just who Rayanne tells you to punch. You can punch anyone who you like.
What a dream.
But I need you to help yourself by bringing me the statue of your mistress. Can you do this for me? Can you do this for yourself, Barry?
I cannot go against my mistress, but if she does not specifically say not to go for the statuette, perhaps.
Follow your instincts, Barry. Between tasks, I know that you can do this.
I do have a lot of clothing to wash.
Gather this statue and meet me at my hobbit hole.
Affirmative.
All right, I'm satisfied with that.
I want to ask, and it's like a weird side flash thing. So when you fight in the bar later, when you swap the statues, did you keep the secret statue?
Well, I guess in this situation, that's what I tried to do, right?
Yeah.
Or at least I tried. I guess in my sleight of hand, if I had done a sleight of hand check, I would at least try to take what's in the compartment out, right?
Mhm.
Because she ended up taking the original back.
I guess I'm curious how good your sleight of hand is.
Very robot. I guess we're about to find out. This is the halfway point. How much time do you have left, Meg? It's almost 3.
Like an hour.
Yeah, like an hour.
An hour? Okay. Well, what we might do is we might end it after one more round, all the way around, instead of 2. Normally it'd be 2.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're at the halfway point. So what we're gonna do now is everybody pull out your cards and flip them over. And I guess put.
Did I get a positive or a negative?
Oh, that's a good point. You set up that
I would
scene,
say
right?
that's positive,
That's
right?
positive. Yeah. Oh, unrelentingly positive for you.
What do I?
Thank you.
Oh
So
my
if I
god,
have-
your first one is so cute.
Mine are not good.
So I can have one positive and one negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
what?
usually, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Woo's gonna need to bigify all of these, but we'll get to that in a minute.
I prefer
Oh, we
embiggen.
make them public or do we make them secret?
Public. So for this round, it's public. Yeah. The second round, when we finish, it will not be public first.
Oh, do these apply to your own character, or you give them to somebody else?
Right now, they're
well-
just you.
Okay.
So just put them above your character for a minute, and then we'll discuss it. So yeah, me and Jack are gonna be pretty much cancel ourselves out because we got one of each.
Yeah, you both have. Yeah.
And then it looks like Colin is the most red, and
Wow,
it
plus
looks like
9
Woo
red.
is and Woo is the most blue.
Plus 5.
Including.
So
my plus 5 is death.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if I remember this correctly, Woo gets to pick one of the blue cards that's on the screen here, and Colin gets to pick one of the red cards. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
And
So-
then I don't know how you give it to somebody, or do you?
I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave that face up in front of you because it's still your card. Whichever card, like if I pick paranoia, 2 people cross paths and everything changes. If I pick that card, it's still Jack's card. Right, so it would be face up on the table so that somebody can use it in one of the next 5 scenes. But it is still, Jack still has those points.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to select the blue card, I guess. Let me look around.
Well, could you? Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
I'm in beginning.
Beginning.
Let's see.
I'd bury your blue one.
Yeah, that's so good, and that may be the one that we pull. Yeah. Sudden reversal of status, fortune, and sympathy. What seemed like pure luck isn't. 2 people cross paths and everything changes. Somebody jumps to the wrong conclusion. Someone develops a conscience.
That is funny.
That's pretty funny.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go with the thing that you stole has been stolen. That's the one I'm gonna pick.
All right. So I guess put that in the middle, move, and then I don't know what are you gonna do with the rest of the cards?
Everyone take them back, basically. Take back your blue cards.
Just blue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to decide a red in a minute. Okay. Alrighty, and then if you would, Colin, you don't have as many options, but
What's
if you
the
choose,
point? What am I picking here? Like, what am I?
So this is the tilt, and what this means is that it's something that will inform the next scenes. So when we run scenes next time, not only are we establishing a scene, someone may pick a tilt that you've selected now. So like in the next set of scenes, somebody will hit paranoia. Yeah, the thing that you stole has been stolen is going to happen, right, to somebody.
yeah. So you have 4 cards to choose from.
There's 2 deaths on there. Yikes.
Well, one is bad, and one is real bad.
innocence.
All right. Somebody is not so innocent after all. Okay. That one was your card too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just remember to take it back later.
Yeah, Jack, take your card.
The red one or both
Yeah.
one?
Misdirected passion.
Got it.
Okay. So now we're going to go through again. We'll do one more round of scenes. Same, yeah, and this time, like, when you're playing the scene, either, like, as you establish it happens, or in the process of the scene happening, the tilts may happen. So
Only
I guess...
Only the 2 tilts that are on the table, or you can also pick one from your hand if you want.
Just the ones on the table have to happen.
Okay.
But really, I mean, the ones in your hand you can use as inspiration also. Right?
And does that apply for every upcoming scene?
No, it just has to happen once sometime in this half, basically. So sometime in the next 5 scenes, these things happen. And
Got it.
you know, keep in mind there's only 5 scenes left, so something bad is, you know, this has to resolve in the next 5 scenes. Whatever, everything that we've set up has to all come together somehow.
Which characters are even innocent at this point? To use not so innocent after all.
Someone thinks someone else is innocent, but
okay.
they probably turned on them at some point.
Got it.
I guess I'll establish a scene. So again, the bar fight has broken out, right? Piles of gold everywhere. There's eyeballs on the floor. Brobot has just stopped fighting, so like we've kind of reached a reprieve. I'm gonna say that Eno has been stuffing his pockets already with gold, but now he's like he thinks that. Well, I'm gonna say he thinks that he's still no one has seen him. He thinks no one has seen him taking this gold, so he's going to play nonchalant now in the bar. He's going to be casually, like, jingly as he walks around up to the bar again, and kind of he's going to start looking at the door. He's going to start eyeing an exit from this tavern. I guess the question is who is going to try to stop him?
So we had this is like the fighting happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Grimdar would go back to his piles, and I noticed that they're
significantly
not
less. Yeah, there's significantly
Not
less
quite.
gold there. Yeah. And all these eyeballs are missing.
Yeah, and I would love some eyeballs, as you know.
Yeah.
So
So Eno's,
There's all the gold gone.
Eno's going to, like, shifty-eyed, well, one eye, shifty one eye, like, drinking his beer and sitting very, like, unusually quiet, unusually small at the bar, at the corner of the bar.
Someone has disturbed my piles. This must be you.
No. Eno is a fighter and follows the code of honor. Eno would never steal gold. And he's kind of angrier. Like, he's going to compensate for his nervousness by being angrier.
You literally
Throw them
just
there.
tried to take it from my piles before Barry Brobot caused shenanigans.
So you're
Now
saying
you
this
claim you did
loud,
not
right?
steal?
Right.
What's that?
You're saying this out loud. Everyone's in the bar right now, right?
Tavern.
Yeah.
It's in the tavern. We're having it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying that all orcs are stealers, are thieves?
Listen.
He throws his mug down on the ground.
I'm trying to think about the offensive things to say. Stop being so sensitive. Taking it out of context. All I'm saying is you were the last person who you were just trying to take gold from me, and now the gold is missing.
How dare you? Maybe you're the only one that's in charge of managing these piles of gold. Perhaps you're the one stealing from the party.
Now, is this where, for instance, you could use that tilt?
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Somebody is not so innocent after all. I'm going to pull that out, and a handful of orc eyes fall out of Grimdar's pocket.
What?
Was the spoils of this quest the actual orc eyes?
There's orc eyes, there's gold, there's that statue. Right.
Maybe the orc guys are just like, I don't even know if they are spoiled. We fought a dragon. I feel like the orc guys.
Maybe the dragon was at the top of the.
Yeah.
Maybe the dungeon was full with orcs who worship the dragon, and the dragon was at the very, very top, and we had to fight a bunch of orcs to get to the dragon.
Acquiring orc eyes.
Oh,
Robot, pick all those
I'm
up.
trying to like regather all the eyes back.
Grimdark
I need these to fly.
See, Eno, or Eno is not the thief. Grimdar is the thief.
Oh, you still stole my gold.
Listen
Our
not to
gold.
his crazy words.
My gold, our gold, my eyes. These are my eyes. I need these. Give me my gold back, and I'll give you these eyes, except for the ones that I need.
I will like so. Eno steps in and goes, "I will tell your sister about this if you do not let me walk away."
No, I need my orc eyes. Don't tell. But if she finds out about the gold, man, she's gonna beat me up one way or another. You already threw me off a tower. You only won on that.
She threw you off a tower. She's not one to follow. You should be the one throwing her off the planet. They will call you Grimdar the Strong after this. The Strong-willed.
Oh, no. She's my sister. She just wants what's best for me and all my orc guys. It's a little complicated, but you know, familiar relationships. I mean, maybe you don't, silly orcs. I mean, just kidding.
It's
not
true.
orc
I
racist.
was raised an orphan, like all of my kind. But don't tell everybody that. I'm telling you this in confidence because we have an agreement now, right? I won't tell on you. You won't tell on me.
Out loud in front of everybody.
No one else jumped in when all of this else was happening, so I assume and no one's paying attention.
I've just been collecting all the orc eyes.
I can't let-
Zadkiel doesn't like all the shouting that's happening.
yeah, maybe we're yelling so loudly that everyone else is like doesn't register it anymore.
And I'm sure that Grimdar had a perfectly good reason to take the orc eyes. There's plenty of this treasure to go around.
You told me I need those to fly. Come on.
No, that's right. I did
my orc
die.
eye. Yeah, I mean, you helped me get my orc eyes back from Harry Brobot. You can have some of my gold. We'll call that an even trade. And it won't be stealing.
All right.
Everyone's happy. But you got to get the eyes from Brobot.
You already have your own orc eye, Don't be so selfish.
I care not about the eyes. I have my own eye. Eno needs the gold.
Well then, Grimdar the Weak is gonna roll 10 d20s again and see what happens. What was your goal this scene? Yeah, you wanted to didn't you want to sneak? Didn't you want to quote unquote sneak out?
I want to make sure I'm not caught. Yeah, with my jingly pockets full of gold at
been
this point.
caught.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
you've
Yeah,
been
I've been caught.
Now, you
Yeah.
might-
But we've struck a
you might
deal,
be-
right? Like,
yes, but we haven't
Yeah.
struck a deal because you just told me you wouldn't help me get those eyes.
Well, no, I said I don't care about the eyes. Right? You have eyes.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you get those eyes from Barry Brobot. You can take my gold. We'll be fine. Then I can
Okay.
fly.
Deal. And Grimdar somehow has magicked another mug of ale and drinks on it. Or one eye has. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that
Uh,
was positive for you.
I'd say positive.
everything's coming
Yeah,
up,
you're getting
Eno.
Getting the gold.
If I get the gold. Uh-oh, not that one. This one.
Okay.
Okay.
In my
Robot.
I'm trying. I mean, I have to deal with this stolen, not stolen. But how? It's either I go to Zadkiel and I think I have the stolen goods and I don't, or I have to confront my mistress. I don't know what the right scene for this is, or what my motivation is.
What was the thing you stole? It was
Whatever was inside. So there is a religious statue Rayanne uses that has a secret compartment in it. I tried to do a sleight of hand to take it, because Zadkiel is convinced something in there is clearly the secret to my existence.
so maybe it's a scene between you and Zadkiel of like you're gonna go and deliver the thing, give him the thing, and then the tell comes in.
And Rayanne probably. Does Rayanne see what's
Yeah,
happening?
I think it would be. Yeah, it would be all three of us. It would be. So I guess just to establish the scene, I'm gonna meet up with Zadkiel with what I think is a thing, and then Rayanne bursts in, seeing us working together, basically.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. All right. And yeah, so I'm like approaching at like the dead of night. Zadkiel, I have the item as promised.
Excellent. Come inside to my hobbit hole. And I open my.
I hate when you call it that.
Would you prefer me to call it something else?
Your lair, literally any other set of words would be great.
It's a hole in the side of a grassy knoll. What else would you like me to call it? It's a hobbit hole.
This is neither here nor there.
Just come inside.
All right. Wait a moment. This is not what I acquired.
What do you mean?
I don't know what is normally inside the statue, but it isn't a bunch of groceries.
Wait,
How big is this statue?
I'm confused.
I thought I stole the items, but they are clearly not here at this point.
You mistaken them? What do the groceries look like? What do we have here?
They are all grapefruit sized, almost look like painted eyes, but they're all just grapefruits.
And these were inside of a compartment in this statue?
It was a large statue.
Like a bag of holding.
It's bigger on the inside, yeah.
Yeah.
Barry, the spirit is there, I can tell, but the execution is lacking. You must go back and retrieve the actual statue.
Easier said than done.
Wait, what?
I guess at this point I swing open the door and I just say, I knew it.
Oh no, mistress.
Rayanne.
It's not what you think.
Zadkiel. First, what do you think you're doing? Why do I feel like people are working against me at every corner? First, my weakling brother does nothing to support me. Then I have my robot fishing around through my belongings. What is the meaning of all of this?
You've been dealing with some dark magic, Rayanne Spellweaver. You can no longer travel down this path.
Mistress, what is the meaning of my existence? Am I just here to punch and wash laundry?
No, you also file my nails and braid my hair and...
Oh my God.
Tell him the truth, Rayanne. Tell him the truth of where he's come from.
He's some metal that I imbued with the dead spirits of other things that I have killed. You're an amalgamation of sorts.
Oh my God. What am I?
Whatever.
It's hard with that button on his back. Just go to sleep. Power back up.
Good evening, mistress. How may I serve you?
Robot, you're getting a little behind on the laundry again. My favorite.
Understood. Well, we'll go there at once.
Zadkill's still there. Do you do anything about Zadkill being there, Rayanne?
Zadkill, if you keep working against me, I will have no choice but to destroy you.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to cross you, Rayanne, but I am deeply concerned for this path that you're taking, twisting these souls into a strange amalgamation of this brawling robot that you've created.
I mean, it's all in service of the Supreme Lord Slorslath. That is all that I care about. So that is my dark path. It is my calling.
But at what cost, Rayanne? At what cost?
At any cost.
Sweet Barry is trapped inside of this automaton, and you've relegated your own brother to be some sort of menial servant. He has a greater calling as well. He means to fly. Would you suppress his dreams just for your dark calling?
Absolutely. And I won't hear another word of his insolence. Either fall in line, Zadkiel, or it's not going to work out.
This won't. I won't confront you, Rayanne, but this will not be the end of this.
All right. Well, Barry.
Is this Barry seen anymore? Even
He's still there. He's doing laundry.
She reset me. It's going to take me a few hours to get back to rebellious mode. Yes, mistress. So you guys can decide what the outcome was, but I'm pretty certain that was pretty negative.
That was very negative.
What was your goal? I immediately forget what everybody's goal is.
I mean, in the end, my goal is to figure out where I came from, so I stole the item that you suggested would tell me what the answer was, right? And then the tilt happened where the thing I had stolen had been stolen from me.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that as a negative.
Yeah.
Who stole it from you?
We don't know yet. We don't know
I
yet.
saw him just opening up the statue, perhaps.
Perhaps. It could be many things.
Is it my turn?
It is.
It is your turn.
Okay, yeah, fine. Let's establish that scene. I get home from the tavern, and there's a stain on my favorite robe. I go to look for Barry, because this is not going to work out. I need to be wearing my purple today, the lighting and everything. So I go to look for Barry, and then I see him, rifling under the bed. Brett, what do you think you're doing?
Just searching for dirty laundry, mistress.
I see that he's got the statue in his hand. And so then
and polishing your statue.
I see that the compartment is open. Robot, I think you may have forgotten some of your programming. I think we need to maybe do a little bit of a reset here. I'm gonna I guess cast a little quick incantation. Just take out some grapefruit, stick it in his hand, and just say, "Okay, as far as you know, I was never here. You've gotten what you wanted. Now, what are you gonna do with this?" Kind of thing. Kind of modify his memory a little bit and set them down. So now Barry comes back too. He's got the grapefruits in his hand.
Zadkiel told me that they would tell me the origin of my existence. He has tempted me with such curiosities. Why do I exist? Why does it feel good to punch others? Also, washing laundry so frequently is bad for your clothing, mistress.
If only we weren't constantly getting into brawls, Barry, maybe things wouldn't continuously be spilling on my gown.
You are an artificer. Perhaps stay away from close combat.
This is true. But I do believe that this most recent spill was caused by you causing a ruckus in a tavern. So we need to work on that.
Yes, my bad.
Well, take these items that you found in the statue to wherever you're going. I want to see what's going on with that. So,
Will do.
flashback. I would say that was positive for me because I clearly
You're in charge, yeah. Like that. This robot is super whipped. Yeah. And every time he tries, it's just stolen right back out of his hands.
Do robots dream of electric sheep? I don't know. My maker keeps resetting me.
Okay.
All right, so Grimdar.
Well, so I want to flashback to we're fighting the dragon and the orcs all simultaneous. And I have learned to fly by having Barry Brobot throw me around. So I don't fly for very long, and I like land and stuff. Anyway, but this is the same scene, or this is around that time when Zadkiel burns all the other orcs. So I would like Barry Brobot to be throwing me around, to be collecting orc eyes and fighting the orc. And
Multitasking.
at some point, he throws me into Eno, right into his eye. And and that's how he loses an eye. But I collect it and I give it back to him.
Yet I still credit Eno still credits Brobot for taking the eye because he's the one that threw you. Yeah.
He was the one who threw me. Yeah.
You were just an object here.
Launching Grimdar.
Fly me over there. Fly me to attack the orcs.
Launching Grimdar. Collecting eye.
My eye! Brobot, a magnificent shot!
Definitely not intentional. Sorry.
I'll buy you a drink after this.
Correction. Robots do not drink.
Yeah! He still has a mug from somewhere and is drinking from it during the fight.
Correction. Still fighting. Need to collect orc eye.
I will go back to Barry. I'll have him throw me at the dragon now so that I can fight the dragon in midair.
Launching Grimdar the weak.
The dragon is like asleep. I think the only way we got out of this and killed this dragon is because this dragon is totally deaf, cannot hear us at all, and it's a really old dragon. Yeah.
It is like 10,000 years old. Like it is older than old dragons, and it's literally like borderline comatose.
Yeah.
And we are still struggling with it.
Yes, my Barry throws me into the dragon. The dragon is so startled it has a heart attack.
Victory!
Huzzah! Look, Master, I flew without the orc guys.
Excellent start, Grimdar. Excellent start, but you still need to learn to fly in your own volition.
One step at a time.
Collecting orc guys.
I don't remember what my goal was. I guess it was to fly, sort of. I kind of flew.
You kind of flew. I will say that to me that was positive in that it gave you that taste of what flying is, right? It like renews your sense of like
better than being an inch off the ground.
Right. This is what you're looking for still, right? This is, and maybe even like you're willing to say this might be enough. You seem a little satisfied by it.
Me and Barry, we figured it out now. He. You know, I got pushed off the tower. He catches me. He teaches me how to fly by throwing me around, and that's good enough for me. Now I'm satisfied. Now I'm Grimdar the Satisfied.
Swoop me.
Everyone thinks I'm such a bad person,
That's
but what have you done, Zadkiel?
That's true. Yeah.
He's teaching me how to fly.
Yeah.
All right, so then I think
It's awesome. Battered by apprentice is
I
what
guess
you've done.
it gave me the motivation to collect orc eyes,
Exactly.
and Barry Brobot wanted us to, and so we could team up on collecting orc eyes, and thus he gave me that orcs. Orc eye collection.
all right, Jack.
Am I taking
Zadkiel.
Yeah, take your positive
Yeah,
card. Yeah.
that's a positive. Zadkiel, the final scene.
I think I might need a little help on this one. I'm writing myself into a corner here.
Yeah, I was like, well, the only like loose string is, who do you work for?
Who do you work
I've
for?
thought long and hard about who this could be, and I still have nothing.
What does Zadkiel want? Right? Like, what does Zadkiel?
I think we work for the soul of whoever's in Barry Brobot.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous.
I was thinking maybe there's it's like maybe a champion of a rival god to Rayanne's like god that like the god needs like to be sealed, and so I don't know, maybe it's someone that can like bestow flight upon Grimdar. It's once he's freed from his autonomous shackles. But I don't know.
Well, how are you going to come about? So you've been working for this other god this whole time now, and like you know you need to free Brobot, right? So
I can sense I can sense the his divine power inside of Brobot.
Yeah, and
we need to figure out how to release him.
You got to get that thing back that Ryan said.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the scene is you're performing a ritual on Barry Brobot to release him from Rayanne's mind control.
Okay.
And then go from there.
This is in the tavern right now.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be after, right? Yeah, it's up to you.
that
I don't know. Where's the scene?
Maybe. Okay. Maybe I've worked together with Grimdar has taken the eye, and maybe Rayanne has caught on to this. Maybe I'm using Grimdar as a distraction to get Rayanne out of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
She chases after Grimdar to get the eyes back. Meanwhile, I can sneak in and perform the ritual on Barry.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine with me.
I don't know. Okay, let's do it. All right. This is going to be a multi-person scene.
I have all the eyes. You'll never get them right. I will fly. I will fly.
He's just really aggressively skipping.
Jumping every time. You're just jumping. I'm flying. I'm flying.
Grimdar, you're not flying yet, but you've done very fine work.
You can't be there.
It can't be any better than this, Master. It can't possibly be better.
You've unlocked the final secret to unlocking the ability of flight. You've overcome your own weakness and stood up to your sister by stealing these orcais. Your one final task is to lead her out of the tower so I can unleash. The orcais have served no purpose to your ability to flight. They are not a component to any spell or potion. It was all within inside of you all along, Grimdar. And I knew you could do it.
You are so... Gosh, you might be a coward, but you are a smart coward.
Speaking of my cowardice, I need you to distract your sister.
Yes, of course. Is she around? I don't know where she is in this moment.
I would imagine she's inside of her tower now.
Okay.
Which we're currently standing outside.
French braiding my hair right now.
I'll take one of the orcais and throw it up into a window and hit her in the face. I have your orcais, sister! Aha!
Ow! Well, thank you for returning it.
Only one of them. I have a full bag of them here. Don't you want them?
What is the meaning of this?
Come and get them if you want to find out.
Well, you come over here and hand them over right now.
Not anymore, sister. I am Grimdar the Satisfied now.
Grimdar! I'm just gonna chase after you.
Run.
Mistress, your hair is only half braided.
Please put on a pot of tea for when I get back.
Can do.
Alright, so I go chase Grimdar.
All right. I'm assuming Grimdar was yelling from the outside at the bottom of the tower, like up to the
Yeah, I think that's what was going on. Yeah.
So Zadkiel looks up to the balcony on the tower, and dramatically his wings flash once, and he goes, instead of going directly up, he goes forward inside of the tower and starts flying up the spiral staircase.
One inch off the fan. All the way up.
Slapping his way through the front door, flying up the spiral staircase all the way to the top. It's the safest route possible. And he reaches Barry Brobot. Barry, at last, it's time to release you from these bonds. Join me.
I'm not sure about this.
Believe in yourself, Barry. Harness that fighting spirit that I know that you have. And I'll quickly wave my hand, and a ritual circle will appear around Barry Brobot.
Thank God. I've been waiting for you to free me for some time. Zadkiel, it's our time to shine. We need to flee this place at once before she makes me French braid the rest of her hair.
So, what's your name?
I am Gorebag, the Insatiable.
Gorebag.
I feel like Gorebag needs some more reverence from Zadkiel now.
Gorebag, it is good to see you freed, finally. Known enemy to Slorslath. He will not be pleased now that you have been released.
I've been made a mockery of. I was forced to wash his servants' clothing day in and day out. It was a monstrosity, honestly. Travesty, if you would.
Slave no longer. I need you to perform a great task, and that is to provide my apprentice with the ability of flight.
What a loyal master.
And And this is as I'm running away.
Jumping, yeah.
Jumping.
From your sister. Can't catch me. Can't catch me.
He has overcome his weakness, stood up to his sister, and he has all the makings to be somebody that can fly.
I'm very well. That is the terms of your employment. You asked only just to give him the ability to fly. I cast it upon thee, and magic shoots out of the washing machine robot's head.
Like a Care Bear stare, yeah.
As I'm skipping, suddenly my feet are no longer touching the ground. And I start like spinning in place because I don't know how to fly.
Yeah.
It's that scene from Rick and Morty. I'm Jerry. I'm just floating off.
Yeah, with your pants, yeah. Or one shoe, was it?
Yeah.
How did that end for Zadkiel?
Yeah, feels good for him.
I think that I achieved my goals.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That feels positive, yeah.
I successfully had my apprentice sneak, distract Rayanne, and then I released Barry from his bonds.
Yeah.
I think it worked out.
That's very positive. All right.
I don't know where
everyone
it's going from there.
Got his gold. I don't really know what Robot Barry's motivations were throughout the story.
So we're gonna find out here in one final scene. Basically, everybody gets one final scene. What we're gonna do first, so starting with me and then going around the table again. Each of us.
Just wondering. So this paranoia was mine, right? This tilt was mine. So I would take it back.
So. Yeah, take it back. Yeah, and same column, take your innocence back. That's a weird sentence.
Take your innocence back. Okay, now go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so starting from me, and then each of us going around, we each get the opportunity to pass one card to another player. So each of us should have 3 cards right now, right? If you pass them a positive card, you have to give them a reason why you think they deserve a more positive card. And same with negative. If you think things went poorly for them, you'd give them a negative card. Don't look at what the cards are. Just pick one of the ones you have, right?
Okay.
In my case, I'm going to give a positive card to Grimdar because I did not expect him to be able to fly or stand up to his sister, and yet both of those things happened. I'm trying to steal my own card. Don't do that. That's stupid. Oh no, I'm trying to steal Meg's card. Don't do that either. Shoot. Here, this one. All right, that goes to Grimdar. A positive card.
So I wanted to give a positive card to Grimgard because of the same thing, but do I still need to or not? I don't know the question.
You should probably give it to somebody else, right? Highlight somebody
one
else.
covered it. Yeah. I got a positive for this thing.
I guess I would give it to Zadkiel because he in the end freed he freed Barry Brobot from one set of incarceration or enslavement, even if it isn't the exact what he wanted.
What did he want?
Well, so Barry Brobot, I think it was clear he wanted to know what his meaning of his existence was. He didn't realize he was a trapped like orcish deity hero champion. Like that was a whole different story. So, I don't know. Right now, it feels like Barry's overall story is a failure. But that being said, Zadkiel did free him and did do the work. So I
guess my ideas kind of influenced his outcome in some way, but I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in the end, Barry was freed. I mean, in my mind, that's a good ending.
Sure.
Well, but similarly, then I'm going to give a negative to Rayanne, who lost her robot and her brother, little whipping boy brother.
Oh, it's double. betrayed, right? Because I screwed over my god, lost my brother, lost my robot companion. I was the villain for the story.
You're gonna
But
have
I
to
feel
do
like
your own
that's
laundry
all-
from now on.
To me,
That's the real tragedy.
that's all a consequence of the turn order. I feel like.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's just how it
We
happened.
like
Yeah.
piled on. We piled on to Rand's story like at the end.
Which is funny because she was clearly like the strongest, strongest out of the five. She was just the antagonist in the end. Yeah. Yeah. Meg, make sure you put that in your hand. But
Hi.
Meg, do you want to give any cards to anybody? You don't have to.
So if you give the card and everything on it, that has to happen to the person. So like if
No,
I give a card,
it's just positive or negative, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It's kind of like a how did they do overall in this story? How do you feel that they did?
because I was, yeah, that's too bad because I wanted to give this to like a positive card that has a thing on it to because it says someone develops a conscience. I was gonna.
That's a good one.
But I'll give him one. You know, he still got his gold and whatever. I don't know how to give a card though.
You can either just drag it to somebody's profile, or
Okay.
you can just pull it
okay.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
You did technically accomplish your goal,
Getting gold.
and you got in fights, and you got in bar fights.
Yeah.
It all worked out in that regard. Yeah.
So are we good? I think that was everybody. Did everybody move or give if they wanted to?
Zad,
I mean, I didn't give or
I think you received
in the
one.
me-
Yeah.
the mechanics of this game. Like what do we get out of having these cards? I'm wondering.
You'll see in a minute.
You'll
yeah,
see.
But
It'll be the final resolution will come up here.
So would I give? Who hasn't received a card? Has everyone gotten a card then? In this last round?
I think Brobot needs one. Right?
Okay. So I mean, I'll give him a.
You don't have to.
I mean, I think
really.
that.
you don't have to. It's also
What are,
fine.
what are the benefits or negatives of giving or getting a card, though?
If he gets a card that so each of these we're gonna flip over all these cards in a second and add up the numbers, and then the number you get, either blue or red, whatever that number is, will determine your aftermath. Will determine how you set up your final scene.
Okay.
So
And
you're
I
gonna
think
change by giving him a card. You're gonna change his number one way or the other.
I'm trying to not metagame. Like you said, like
So yeah,
you
in
said,
that
like,
case,
if
just
you
give
have-
him a positive
if you
or
have
a
all
negative.
red cards. If you have all red cards, it's better than having like a mixture. Is that right?
Yes.
Really,
It's more dramatic, that's for
it's
sure.
more dramatic. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just,
So yeah, it would be like maybe better for the story if I gave him a negative card, or is that too metagame? Like, is that too?
I it is a little metagamey, but yeah, no, I think in theory it'd be a more interesting story if I mean it's better to have a higher number.
like maybe it turns out that the guy that you just freed is actually like the worst.
Yeah.
He's a child rapist, and you just freed him.
You just freed him.
Because I'm all right.
How
I'm
dare
leaning
you.
towards giving him. I personally think that Barry had a positive outcome. So,
Okay,
so-
if you're
And give him a positive.
yeah, I have no problem.
sorry, I just wanted to talk that through a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, no problem. So just drag it into drag one of the blue cards into my profile, and then it should be like accept offer.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Got it. All right, done.
All right. So then, woo. Well,
All right.
so this is it's it's the add one, right? So you add your reds and you add your blues.
So
the number
everyone,
at the top.
Yep. Take your cards out, and then add the numbers. So add all your blues, and then add up all your reds, and then subtract the higher from the lower.
Okay. 5.
Jesus, actually, that's hilarious. The blue that Jack gave me overpowered my red.
Give you a blue. That's fun.
Oh, I just clicked a random one. Does it matter, like the number?
No.
That's exactly the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, it should
Yeah,
be
sure.
random.
Okay. All right.
So
And I think we go. I'm checking now. So okay. All right, we go continuing clockwise. So I guess I'll go first. So I've got a blue 7-8. Blue 8.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull out the Aftermath deck. And I don't know why it's a deck. Well, I guess it's a deck of cards because everything's a deck of cards. But okay, so there are lots.
Probably
of these.
choose.
So there's one of each, basically. I think. I don't think there are multiple of each number. But if we flip it over,
You can if you just go to choose, it'll
that's
show.
right. There's a way to choose. Choose. Okay.
So you have a red 8. Yeah. You want me to deal it?
Red 8. I got it.
No, you have a green 8 right here, or a blue 8.
Blue 8. Okay. So my outcome is unfortunate. It's true I've made some mistakes, perhaps some very serious ones, but in the end here I am, more or less whole, missing an eye, more or less not broke. I did steal some gold, a prisoner or dead. Yeah. Right. So let's agree to call that a win. So okay. So using this card now, I'm going to set up a scene where Eno has made his way, jangling out of the bar. Right. Like he's. He's burned all of these relationships. He's tried to turn on every single one of these people on this party, so they'll never work with him again. But he's alone but rich and missing an eye, and he's gonna wander. He's gonna walk down the road again. Trying to find another score. Like he's still got to fight again. He's still got to. He can't. He's not made enough gold to retire yet.
Right. Play the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he's hitchhiking as he goes. Yeah,
the Bruce Banner on the
road. One Eye is One Eye. Is alive.
The legend of One-Eyed Eno persists. I like it.
All right.
Good resolution.
Legio.
Oh, you want me to tell you? Okay, we can do that right now. So I went from a red 4 to a blue 2, or a blue 1.
Yeah.
Where'd blue go? Blue 1. Okay, terrible. I have such a strong feeling I'm dead right now, which feels like the right thing to be. My ugly failure has no doubt dragged the people I care about into my contemptible wake, and they're probably dead too. I should be ashamed, but I bet I'm not, because I'm... So, Gorebag the Insatiable is far and away, not Barry Brobot. He doesn't care about Rand. He doesn't care about his party members. And, sorry, I got the cough. Now, there is a part of him who feels absolutely sickened as he goes on a killing spree. But Gorebag the Insatiable does not, because he's pretty shitty.
I feel like he's also lost his mind a little bit. I have a strong feeling I'm dead right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a conflict, right, between Barry and Grobag, right? Barry is still in there somewhere.
Barry is still inside, that's for sure.
Yeah. And he's kind of screaming that, like, I'm not, I still don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Reagan said it was like an amalgamation of souls too. It wasn't just like one.
True.
Yeah.
In the deepest part of him, he still really wants to do Rand's laundry and like.
Yeah. I'm like, he feels really bad. He's like, oh no, her laundry hasn't been washed in like 12 hours.
every time he sees some dirty linen, he just gets chills. I
have like the 1,000-yard stare when I see a pile of dirty laundry. But... Yeah.
Great.
Okay, Meg, what's your number?
Okay, mine is blue 3.
You want me to pull it out for you?
I got it, I think. Okay, repulsive. Most likely I'm not dead on the outside, but I'm sure as hell dead on the inside. The emotional or mental wounds suffered, those will never heal. So Ryan, after getting in a huge fight with her brother, walks back to the tavern, and the tea isn't ready. Her robe isn't dry. No one is there, and she's alone, and she has to make herself dinner, and she has to finish doing her own laundry. And this is unacceptable.
She feels gross.
This truly is the darkest timeline for Ryan.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Okay. Sorry. Grimdar. The
Grimdar.
week.
I had a red 9 going for a while.
Oh
Yeah.
man! Whoa, what a change! Yeah.
You're now up to a blue 2.
That's 3. Hold on. Just looking at red 9 real quick. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, I am a +2. I'm a blue 2. I gotta drag it out. You know what's fun? Children crying when they see me. Because they're smart. They know a ruined person when they see one. I'm gonna be haunted forever by what I've done, and all my plans are ending in complete and utter ruin. Here's the thing you gotta understand: flight, not what it's cracked up to be. I've been trying nonstop for days now. I can't get down. I keep screaming for help, and when children see me, they start crying because it's terrifying. I'm ruined. It's awful up here. I lost my sister. I don't know. I got some orc eyes, but apparently those were worthless. So yeah, this was not the best choice I made. But hey, I guess it could have been 9 points worse in the other direction. So.
How can all these positive outcomes be so horrible?
I mean, that's the problem with such a mixed success, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're alive.
All right. Yeah. Zadkiel, what do you got?
Mine is really bad too, and I thought I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Appalling. I don't want to seem bitter, and now that I know what it's like to be utterly crushed, casually brought low, forced to eat my own words, and stand mute and powerless before my enemies. They gloat, and I am helpless, so that's nice.
Well, I mean, you got no party anymore, and you're still a shy coward.
So I've lost my apprentice. He's floated off into the stratosphere with no way to recover him. I see him floating above my hobbit hole, but I can't muster up the courage to fly up there.
You start to flap, but you're like, no, too far, the ground. Get back.
My regrets literally hang over my home.
As he floats on by.
It'll always haunt me as I see him floating above in the far distance. I still was not able to confront Rayanne. It seems like I released some horrible demon upon the world. In my hubris to learn to teach my apprentice the ability to flight, which was a curse in itself, it seems in the end.
You should have trusted
Right, and all this experience has taught me it has not helped me to gain any courage, and I think that I will just become a recluse in my hobbit hole for my remaining days. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, we killed the dragon.
Comatose dragon.
Before the story even started. Well, good ending. We got the good ending.
We got
guys.
the good ending, yeah. This was a fiasco, yeah. Yeah, I think that matches how I've only played this once before, and this about matches how that goes. Things don't end up well.
How high of a score do you need to get to?
It looks
A
like
good
10.
ending? It's got to be
Like,
over 10, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it's having pretty high. And it doesn't matter like either direction. It seems like.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Man, if those were the positive outcomes, what are the negative outcomes? I'm very curious.
Well, it's just the lower your number is, doesn't matter.
Yeah, like low is bad.
Yeah.
More than anything. So if you want, like, it would have been
So
better
I'm
for me to
confused.
have all negative stuff.
If you constantly are not achieving your goals in your scenarios, you could end up with a very positive outcome.
You walk away, right? You walk away positive still. Right? Or like
I guess it's like,
Let's see.
yeah. So it's not like it's not that you're the goal is not to necessarily accomplish your goals. It's
Yep.
to be consistently something, consistently bad.
I like to think of it as like because it's like a Coen Brothers movie, right? Like you can be the fool bumbling your way through everything, right? You try to do something and fails horribly, but somehow you still manage to come out in the end, walking away
Everything
with
always
everything.
works out.
Yeah, like
Fail upward.
That's my life.
You keep
Yeah.
failing upwards.
yeah.
Like a lot of fun.
Everything always works out for old Colin. They always say.
But you're not old yet.
No,
You gotta
old,
get to
not
old.
old.
Oh, old.
Old means nothing. Old is just 2 letters.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was fun. I'm very curious what the suburban setting would be.
Yeah.
I feel like I would want to play the suburban one next.
Like that's definitely the Breaking Bad, right? Like there's a meth lab somewhere in there. There's
I can see a lot of fun stuff in the suburban one.
yeah. I might buy the other packs then. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Again, I think this would have been much easier with actual cards, like with people together.
The final boss was the format. Yeah.
Interface. All right, sweet. I'm gonna kill the stream. Bye, stream.
Goodbye, viewers.
Hope you enjoyed our fun.